I'm hungry.
Fairies don't need to eat food, okay? Especially
Fairies
one.
always need to eat food, okay? We take more food than a regular human being, just our small body is just one big bag that
Oh,
holds all.
It's
my
true. Cian
stupid
eats more than
butt.
me.
Yeah, I need all the food. Like I'm just like a garbage bag that just you fill it with food, which means I
Yeah.
need to eat double my body weight in food.
So
You're
you,
a
you,
That means
food
we're out
bag of holding.
you guys know what I forgot to do?
You forgot to add another frame in here.
I sure did.
You can't even see me, I'm just a voice.
Oh, all right,
Where am
Rob. Hi,
I?
guys. Give me a
I
minute.
don't know.
I'm going to
Hello!
get things fixed. Rob's going to stall for me.
If I go like this, you can see like my forehead. Hold on, wait for it.
Oh, that's the best part, though.
Wait for it.
Just hold that pose all
The whole night.
There I
evening.
Yeah.
am.
That's where Maddie's going to stream from.
Well, welcome
Right.
back, every old body, to Misty Mountain Streaming. We are back on Wednesday nights with the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign, run by our fearless leader, Rifle Stud, rocking the blue hoodie today. And I've been, it even says blues. Very nice, in case you forgot what color it was.
Yeah, just in case.
Real quick, thank yous to Armiter, them, and Obi Swan and Dino Bags for your follows today. Appreciate you guys coming in and joining our party. We are Misty Mountain Streaming. We like to tell and experience great stories, and a lot of times we have issues with Twitch overlays. I am right there with Rob on this one. Existential Nerd is in the chat, has already bought you a Dungeon Master's Accomplice,
I'm going to
Rob,
need
so
it.
feel free to ruin our evenings thusly.
Listen, I don't want to be like that person, but like I think the existential nerd might just like our Tuesday night campaign characters because he did not want a TPK last night.
It's
Oh.
true. He was
Oh.
hoping that we didn't die.
It's alright, he's coming for me. That's where it's at. He's tired of watching me play Sonic.
I mean, I can relate.
J-Man is back with the stories of the Infinidagger. That dude Daniel is back in the chat. It's been a long time since we've heard from Clipmaster Dan. How is it going, buddy? Thank you guys all so much for being here. Do you need me to stall for a little longer, Rob?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting faster at this, but I'm not perfect yet.
Cool. I will quickly go over the Twitch schedule, and then maybe other people can introduce themselves and remind people who they are, and that will be the rest of our time. We will not be having any streams Friday night because I will be at DreamHack Atlanta, while others on screen will be at Anime NYC for the weekend. We are streaming tomorrow night. I'm going to be doing it from a hotel to stream The Search for the Spellforge, our retelling of the Lost Mines of Phandelver. And then you won't hear from us again until Tuesday night when we go back into Theros, as we did yesterday evening. So you guys have killed sea serpents and krakens. What else have you guys been up to? I'm afraid I wasn't able to.
We haven't killed a kraken. We're staying on Erixme's back.
Okay.
Yeah, the Kraken's our friend.
Was a god.
Oh.
Killed that guy and all his friends.
Gotcha.
And then we also almost killed Deo by accident.
Yeah. But we're just vibing on the back of this giant Kraken that's the size of an island.
Yeah, and every time our party members sneak off to go do something and Vessie's aware of it, they come back and she goes, "Oh, the wolves! They're so loud tonight!"
Were you? Did I mishear something? Were you guys inside the Kraken at any point, or was I wrong?
Yeah,
okay.
Spoiler alert, but not really spoiler alert because Dan told us that light fixture that was giving us light in the room was actually a cyst.
Yeah, and then I pulled out the thorn that was inside it, and that made the Kraken better.
That gives me like Legend of Zelda vibes, hardcore.
It's a really fun game, and this time we didn't end with a cliffhanger, but you should still join us, and you should also join tomorrow night.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Tuesday, so.
Okay, I think we're fixed.
Yay!
It looks beautiful. Good job.
Misfit, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you were up to while we've been missing you?
I was out playing Apocalypse in the woods.
Wow.
It was I was camping from Tuesday through Sunday out in the woods, and like we got the tail of where we were at. We actually got the tail end of the tropical storm that came through. So like that was fun to camp through. Not really. I did not get wet though. So I'll say that. It did get really cold. And I have a super awesome idea so there's an event at the event called We Do Wasteland Prom. So
Is that anything like Monster Prom?
It's like prom. I wouldn't know. I never actually went to my prom.
I
but
went to my prom, but it was teeny tiny and weird, so like not normal prom.
yeah, everyone said that prom is supposed to be awkward and weird, and that's the experience that I got. It was really awkward and weird. I even had my fussy like wasteland mom be fussy over me at prom, so that was cool. But yeah, I am now officially going to start building my prom outfit next week.
Ooh.
So I will be streaming the construction of that. I'm making a cage skirt for the first time ever.
Ooh, that's fun.
I want to cry.
Speaking of fun costumes, follow all of our people here for cosplay things because Misfit's working on cool things. Addie's making cool things. I'm making a ton of stuff for Home At that's in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And Ty and I will be posting our cosplays we'll be doing this coming weekend.
Small PM.
Yeah, we planned, we coordinated, so they're all really cute, and I'm really tall, and Ty's really small.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. I literally hit Maddie's chest.
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
It's very funny to see us next to each other, because like
Crash Candy likes to say, Maddie is like a stretched JPEG.
Yeah, I am. If you took a JPEG and stretched it out, according to Crash Candy. And I take that as a compliment.
That's funny, actually.
The more obscure something Jane can say about you, the more of a compliment it is.
Yeah.
So.
Well, nothing.
But
has
we're
been
gonna
said
be
about
real
me,
cute.
So
come visit us.
Mm-hmm.
We got comfy, cute, awesome costumes, and maybe body paint one of the days. We'll see.
At least a little bit, if not all of it.
Sometimes no news is good news, Rob.
that's fair.
You asked for it, okay?
I can only imagine what you guys say about me behind my back. So.
Well, Misfit will say it to your face. We've already determined.
We have determined that,
That's sorry.
Cool.
I say how cool you are.
Yeah.
We don't-
I can get peppermint mocha coffee for the morning. Sorry, I'm ordering food.
Ooh. Yeah, Ty's already in New York. I will be flying there in just a handful of hours. In fact, I'll be in the airport. I'll be in the airport in exactly 12 hours from now. So
You can't
bring
tell
on
my,
Minter.
lack of rat. Yeah, I'm not at home.
Well, if that's the case, what do you say we go ahead and get our recap and get back into this spicy palace?
Spicy Palace. Well, before
it
we
can't
do,
be that spicy because I'm allergic.
it's true. I forgot. I need to defend myself from the chat real quick. There's one place in my little town that sells beer, and it does not sell a wide variety of beer. So I'm sorry I've disappointed you, Eric. Yes, I'm drinking Miller Lite.
Oh no!
Could be.
I know.
40 ounces of water. Look how big.
I do have gallons and gallons
drink
of water
some
behind
water.
Hydrate your body. Get your skin healthy. Water.
Can we talk about the adorable wobble that's on my...
Oh, I saw that you got
that's so
those stickers. They're so good.
He is so cute. Sorry. A lovable gelatinous cube.
We love it.
That was all.
Okay.
Recap, he said.
Oh,
Recap.
one more thing really quick before we get started with the recap.
You
If
got Taylor Swift
anybody
tickets?
has if anybody has tickets to one of Taylor Swift's Los Angeles shows, ideally in the lower bowl, which is the 100s section, I am willing to pay high prices for them. Please DM me. Love you.
I I really wanted the Taylor Swift update, but I didn't want to ask in case it was bad news.
Ticketmaster is currently being investigated in Pennsylvania for not following their agreement because they have 70% of the monopoly of ticket selling. So I'm excited to potentially be part of a class action lawsuit. I hate
Ooh.
Ticketmaster. They are the worst. My
They
biggest
kind of are
enemy.
the worst.
Check out
Contact
check out
your
SeatGeek.
representatives. Tell them. Well,
Right.
unfortunately, SeatGeek was also selling for 2 of the stadiums on her tour, and they were not much better. But it was
Oh.
mostly Ticketmaster. Contact your representatives. Tell the DOJ to look into their agreement again. Let's
Uh-oh.
break up this monopoly, folks.
Power to the people!
And buy me tickets for LA. I will pay you money, and I will send you cosplay prints. I'm desperate. Anyways, recap.
Right. So
Do it.
we finally, I'm skipping the Cheshire voice for the moment. I apologize. We finally made it to the Palace of Heart's Desire. Impressive structure with a green dragon flying to some unknown cranny of it. So we have that to look forward to. We had a delightful little tea party with people who have been sitting waiting on to speak with Zybilna for absolute ages, and unfortunately revealed to them quite by accident that maybe she's not as available as they thought she was, and they seemed sad and disappointed and scared by that fact. But we managed to force our way in, because we have party members who can fly and break windows and circumvent closed doors.
Yes, right, man.
By doing so, we managed to get ourselves kind of deeper than perhaps anticipated into the workings of the Palace of Heart's Desire than maybe we should have. And thanks to that, we poked around for not very long before discovering that, hey, there were 2 members of the League of Malevolence just kind of hanging out. Shortly after we picked up a rock that contained Zybilna's hope? Or, I don't know, we picked up a couple of rocks with different things in them. I'll have to get my notes in front of me to do that better, which is still pulling up because I'm uploading YouTube videos while I do this. But they were scary. They did a lot of damage, but they did not mercifully last all that long against our onslaughts. And Wick was asleep. Slept through the whole thing, like a good little fella, in a papoose.
That's my boy. Oh, my
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah, Wick was like just chilling and popping around as Sawyer went around and kicked things.
Which,
And then it was put on a giant
yeah,
ape
you're
seeing.
be aware when you wake up in 3 minutes, you're being held by a giant ape on a papoose.
Was there anything altogether too important that I missed from that?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, like the stones that we found, they're like her desires for different things. Like
Oh,
bonus
yeah.
desires for different things, and we also really murdered an old guy in his bud. Like extra murdered them people.
What did I miss?
A lot.
You were
A boss
just
fight.
resting.
He tried to pull. I'm just saying, old man tried to pull his like rabbit out of the hat trick kind of thing to like, I'm taking you down with me, and boom, it took him out, and none of us.
And we finally used a PC's accomplice in this game
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
did.
shit.
to reimburse a 4th level spell for CN.
But we also got just a giant monkey standing in a ball of flames. So
Also, yes. Also, yes.
Okay, so after you guys took your short rest in this throne room with the carcasses of Kellic and Warduke laying on the ground, smoldering at this point, you feel a little bit stronger. You've recovered your health, and you're looking around. You know that there's the turrets around the the room that you explored previously. And what I forgot to mention last session, because I didn't see it until just now, is there is also a staircase along one of the walls that goes up. And Misfit, the map is in the Discord channel. You might have to
I
scroll
should
up for
pull
it.
up that map.
I should definitely look at that map.
3 minutes from now, you will no longer be held on a giant ape, but instead you will be held on the chest of a tiny fairy who is smaller than you. So be prepared.
So we're in the
We're in,
RB
we're in
on-
the
At first, you were the
very middle.
papoose,
We're in
but now you
P31.
will be the papooser.
Yeah, okay. P31. Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Found it.
Well, that was that was a lot. Is everyone all right? Anything broken? Irreparable?
I think I
Disemboweled?
looked pretty cool.
Leg pops out.
Yes, you did.
Arm pops out. Just
Oh, good morning, Sleeping Beauty.
As you're doing that, you just feel 2 big hands come up and just start going like. Before suddenly they're tiny hands and we're both on the floor.
well, this is an interesting way to wake up.
All you can see is Cian's feet sticking out like the Wicked Witch of the West, and he's there just like.
Oh, I scrambles really fast to get up. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt you? How did this happen?
We were sleeping.
I feel like I was sleeping.
Sawyer wanted to sit on a chair, and we know how that goes, so I took you away from her.
Oh, yeah. This throne doesn't take you to space, just for the record. Which is good.
Boring.
Yeah.
Did we kill anyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Also, in
everyone's
the pocket, I put a stone in there. A fancy, important stone, so don't lose it.
You have
Pocket.
one of the 2 desire stones because I, after finding one and didn't have pockets as a monkey. You.
I mean, it tracks. Wick has plenty of pockets.
So, do we need to go find other members to fight, or because I'm ready for more? But
Well, there's also a dragon that we gotta fight.
There's a dragon. My
Is there a
instinct is that
dragon?
you slept through the dragon.
He was a
Everyone sleep
sleepy
through the
boy.
dragon. Yes, there's a dragon.
There's a big
It's,
dragon.
but
Came
all
from
of
her home.
all of the Tea Party people said they've never been bothered by him, so maybe he's friendly here.
Maybe, but I don't want to take any chances. And Sawyer, if you're wanting to punch things, what's better to punch than a dragon?
That's true. It'll be my second dragon in the Feywild that I've punched.
That's right. That's right.
Both green too. That's
That's
full
true.
turkey. Are there only
I-
green dragons in the Feywild?
I'm still concerned that they're related, and if he
Oh.
finds out what we did to his sibling or parent or whatever, that they're gonna be extra mad. So, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't bring it up loudly in any spaces where the dragon could be.
Oh, don't try to eat the stone, my baby. Swallow it, but don't do it.
Oh, wait, here. We got some tea cakes and stuff earlier because they kept reappearing on the table.
Wick smells it and he's just like, ah.
Yeah.
My general thing, and you're very welcome to correct or outvote me on this, but my thinking is that there are probably very distinctly dangerous things in this place, and I would feel more comfortable facing them with a powerful, plane spanning witch.
Oh, yeah.
But what if gotta defeat the bad guys first, because they're like blocking things that we need for her to come back.
That
I feel
is
like that's usually
a distinct
the pattern.
possibility, yes.
You know, I mean, it's video game logic, which means clearly it's real life.
Is it what? Huh?
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Okay.
I understood the game part.
Can Sawyer just sort of do a perimeter check into the other nooks that we haven't got into yet?
Wick's just kind of
Yeah.
like walking around the room,
So
kind of being like, I'm not awake yet.
as you kind of make your way around, you don't hear any kind of threat walking like noises other than the occasional like sounds of like a storm. As you get towards in the turrets, you see that there are bridges similar to the one that you guys came across into this room from, and down below it is that court of storms, like there's that vortex down below you. But there are 3 other little bridges that go outward, and then there's a staircase on the inside that goes upstairs.
While everybody's investigating now that he's no longer monkey, Cian's gonna walk over to the 2 bodies and with like his little pin and his notepad, like he's got the notepad out but he's not using it. Instead he's just like with the body just going like poking at it.
Well, we could either head out one of the bridges, or we could go upstairs. What's the vibes? What are we feeling?
Upstairs.
Great,
That's
let's
actually
go.
sort of my feeling on the matter as well. I don't know what it connects to, but if we leave this place,
I mean, I have a
Probably
feeling we
gonna
will
go
find
there.
out all kinds of no. Just a thought. Don't castles mostly like have like hidden walls, and like Wick starts like hitting some of the walls to see if there's like passageways.
Such a good point.
this is frankly only the second castle I've ever been in, so I
don't know. I've
don't
heard
know.
stories.
Yeah. It checks out. And I'll start hitting the walls too.
Would you like me to roll like an investigation or something?
No, you don't need to. Like you're hitting the walls just with
fine.
Nothing happens. You're just hitting them.
Yeah, just hitting walls, just doing
There's
dumb
a
shit.
point where Sawyer's hitting the wall and she pauses. She puts her ear up to the wall. And she knocks on it a couple times and then she goes, no. And then she keeps going. So upstairs.
Upstairs.
Cheshire will lead, just because he has hit points left.
So as you guys are walking up along that outer wall to go upstairs, the first thing that you see when you come into this room, similar size to the one that you were just in, is splinters of wood are all scattered across the floor, along with some loose papers, and 2 halves of a shattered blowing horn is suspended in the air. Whatever caused this unfortunate scene also punched a hole in the north wall, landing between 2 staircases, one leading up and the other leading down. The stony debris from the blast is frozen midair outside of the tower.
This is not normal.
Yeah.
I go up. You said there's 2 halves of a horn suspended in midair.
That's what it says, yeah.
I
Can you, like,
touch
grab it
one.
out of
Does
the
it
air?
move or does it stay still?
It just stays still. Almost like it's frozen, like in a stasis.
Wow.
Don't worry, I got this.
He's gonna like jump in the air and then just hang from it because it's probably not gonna move with his weight. Then he looks at Cheshire and she's like,
Don't worry, I got it.
I leave it to you.
Yeah, you got this.
I wonder why this song was so important that someone broke it. I mean, this looks intentionally done, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is
Maybe
there like any markers or indications or like a pedestal that the horn may have been on?
Ooh, good question.
Something with like writing. Maybe we can like read it and figure out like what the horn is for. I feel like
As he's...
this is.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just feel like it's a ceremonial type dealy bob.
As a fun tidbit for people in the chat, one of my D&D characters got himself a hold of a horn of blasting once upon a time, which has a very low chance when you blow it to explode in your face instead of out at the things you're pointing it at. Blew it one time, blew up in my face. It was perfect.
From what you can see, there is no pedestal for the horn to be on.
Does like the scene look like there was a battle here? Like, is it just kind of like roughed up?
It's very messy, like there was an altercation.
Okay.
And the wall, of course, it kind of blasted outward.
Is the horn like cleanly cut, or is it?
Ooh, good question.
Or is it
No,
shattered?
it's shattered.
Does it seem repairable, or is the shattered just... Is there too many pieces?
I think there's going to be too many pieces.
Didn't we hear at some point from someone that Zybilna was frozen in time? I poked the other half of the horn that Cien's not hanging on.
Yeah, I'm gonna try something.
I'm gonna try the cantrip mending pieces of the horn to see if anything happens.
Okay.
Do you know what the cantrip does?
I don't.
Okay, so the cantrip is, I can read the exact thing, but basically it's just like things that are broken get put back together. So this spell reappears a single break or tear in an object that you touch, such as a broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, that kind of stuff. So like if there's multiple pieces, he'll like touch them and all, see if he can make them, fix. But it's a cantrip, so it's not like it's that high level of magic or anything like that. So
just roll me a straight d20 and we'll see.
Oh gosh, I have to leave a piece of sushi sitting inside.
Oh no.
Speaking of rolling things, guidance and inspiration from Eric to Sawyer, if you didn't see
Yes,
that.
I saw that. Thank
Just a
you.
plain straight roll.
Yep.
Can I add anything? Okay.
17?
Ooh, we got the liquid core out.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't get it. Yeah, 17.
I'm hoping to
Ranker.
get some liquid cores this weekend if we have them. Oh,
I
they're
have
so
set
cool.
to give Janie still, so she's getting all her presents in full math.
So as you cast this mending, you see the pieces of the horn start to kind of come together and become one, to the point that you have essentially just now 2 halves of this horn.
Are they still floating in the air?
Yeah.
He drops down from the one that he's been hanging off of, and to Cheshire, he just goes.
Sawyer quietly applauds.
How high in the air are these things floating?
Just probably 3 or 4 feet.
Okay, I walk over to Wick and I gently pick him up by the waist and carry him to the half of the horn with the mouthpiece. Say, I don't know what would happen, but can't hurt to blow it, right? Figured you'd probably have more fun with it.
And beaks blow.
We're about to find out.
Do it, Rick, do it.
Just a little,
Roll a
little
performance.
jazz trill, maybe.
Just go up and down the scale.
Just so Wick like into it.
Yeah.
Roll a performance for me.
What is my performance? Oh, I have a +1 in performance. That is a 15.
Okay.
Oh!
So as you're blowing into the broken half of this horn, It oddly sounds like a kazoo. And
Yes.
some of the pieces of the rock and the wood timbers and stuff that are kind of floating, you see them kind of almost like they're rattling a little bit, but nothing other than that.
So Wick actually tries now, but instead of, actually trying to blow into it, he just kind of screams at it with one of the screams that he's heard a million times.
She's
just like-
specifically recalled the possessed demon bugbear girl scream, as I recall.
Yes.
All right.
I like to think every time Wick does a call like this, it's just him standing there completely blank with his mouth open, so it's just like... That's all that happens.
And then weird sound comes out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because you're screaming, the sound doesn't travel through the horn, but it.
That was beautiful.
We're still grinding, me boy.
You're so talented.
Well, if no one knew we were here, and they definitely know we are here now.
That's true.
Rob, as we're looking around the rest of this room,
Yeah.
I don't recall you mentioning any other exits or paths leading from this space, or am I wrong?
There is so there's the side of the staircase that you came up, and then there's another level up above it, and in between those two staircases is where the blasted out wall is.
Can I stick my head out of the hole in the wall that's been blasted out?
Absolutely.
I'll do that. What's out there?
So as you are looking out
A
there,
headless Kenku. Weird.
Oh no.
it's weird.
It's just his butt sticking out.
So as you stick your head out there, the first two things that you happen to notice are there is a bobbing lily pad, similar to the one that the rest of you saw at Bev Lorna's house, and her pool is out there. And there is a ornithopter of flying parked out there as well. As you continue to look out there, you see...
You can't just say ornithopter of flying like that's a thing.
That's a
what the
normal
fuck is
thing.
that?
Magic helicopter.
Is it like a propeller beanie?
It says you can
Bingo
use this
hat.
contraption
Flying
to fly,
machine.
provided your weight, including whatever
Flying
you were wearing,
machine.
doesn't exceed over 300 pounds, has a flying speed of 30 feet, and moves according to your spoken directions.
Flying
So-
machine.
It is. It's
Oh,
like
we
a
should steal
Leonardo
that.
da Vinci
It's a getaway car.
winged thing.
The ornithopter is
I
8
am willing
feet
to
long
bet.
and has a 14-foot wingspan and weighs about 25 pounds.
I am willing to bet that all of us combined do not weigh 300 pounds.
Oh, I'm willing to take that bet. That's a
Speak
smart
for
bet.
yourself. I'm pure muscle.
No, Sawyer, you two are gonna be the main weight, and then Wick and I are 5 pounds.
No, that's true. That's true. I'm actually pretty lean.
gonna
I don't
put a-
have a lot of bulk.
Remember, though, that muscle weighs more than fat.
It's true. It's true.
I
Along
put an ornithopter picture in the Discord, our Discord, and the Twitch channel of the public Discord.
as you look past these two flying devices that seem to be parked out here, you see the wall fragments that are floating out there. But past that, you see a human dressed in knight's armor with a thick mustache and a surprised look on his face, as he was apparently thrown backward through the hole and now hangs in the air amid the debris. The knight wears a helm adorned with feathery wings and is holding a long sword and a shield.
Is he dead or alive?
Is he frozen in time?
He is frozen in time.
Is he within reach?
So when he gets unfrozen, he's going to fall.
So funny you should ask that. If you look at the... Oh, wait, I haven't shared this map with you.
What maps? Oh,
If you look at this little thing, I just haven't let you look at
That
yet.
I haven't let you look at. You haven't seen it, but
Please refer to the secret documents.
so this is the upper level of the palace.
Oh.
Oh, so fancy.
And if you look out there, there's a little person kind of floating.
Oh, yeah.
He's about 30 feet out.
Oh, buddy.
Hmm.
I pull my head back in, and it's like, so there is a lily pad out there. There is this weird flying contraption. I don't know that one. I don't know what it's called. And there is this guy falling. It also looks like he is stuck in this Wick just pokes part of the horn.
Does he seem like a nice guy? Like, just based on what you can see?
He's very feathery, so I like that. I trust the feathers.
Yeah.
But
You're so cute. I can't handle it.
outside of that, I cannot tell. He does look like he is falling, though. My heart tells me that we should probably save him, but I don't know how to do that. So,
Perhaps, I mean, whenever time gets fixed, he's just going to plummet, presumably.
yes.
Maybe we could perhaps lasso him
Yeah.
and tie him to something secure so he could climb back up.
What was that? What was that word, Cheshire?
Lasso?
Lasso?
Lasso.
Is it
No,
I know lasso is the noun. Is lasso or is lasso also the verb?
I think, yeah, it's like how deer is both a singular and
Say that we just
plural.
call it lasso.
Lasso.
I'm gonna lie it. I
Right,
pull
well-
out my rope and I do the little loopy bit on the end that you do with a lasso. And Sawyer's day job was as a shepherd, so I can only assume that she's done similar things before. Yeah?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
On
Right?
sheep and cows
Yeah.
and stuff.
You're also a champ in the Pedal Junior Rodeo. I think that was part of your backstory.
Yeah, that was part of my backstory, actually. She won a gold belt at the Pedal Junior Rodeo.
That's cute.
What should I roll for my lassoing?
And
Wait, are you gonna stick your body through the hole?
It's a
Yeah,
large
I was
hole.
gonna put my shoulders
Oh, okay.
through and.
But it's a
Wow.
blasted out wall. It's
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I was picturing.
I
a smaller
imagine it
hole
as
than-
like a small.
no, it's a
Then I
blasted
just
out
walk
wall.
up and stand in a very comfortable, secure stance with my feet shoulder width apart. I just
Just do athletics.
May I offer the help action by holding the end of the rope like
Sure.
I'm doing something?
Yeah.
amazing. You're
Like,
so
it's
helpful. Thank you,
It's
Cian.
literally just the end, just holding it like a purse.
Yeah, oh, thanks.
How'd it go?
Oh, thanks to Cian holding the end of the rope. I got a nat 20.
So
I
you
need
throw
dice
out
right here.
the rope and it goes right around the knight's body, and it's even funnier because he still has that surprised look on his face from when was blasted out. But you're able to lasso him. He's stuck out there, but you do securely have a rope tied around him.
Can I tug him in?
You get
He's
feedback. He's like frozen.
Arm anchored?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Like the horns.
when the time starts again, he's all set.
I wonder how long he's been stuck like this.
So that
Oh,
we don't
yeah.
have to keep holding him.
Say that again, Cian.
Maybe we should tie the rope to something so that we don't have to keep holding him until he can move it.
Is there a handrail on the stairs at all? Because if he's 30 feet out, I should still have 20 feet of rope to work with for tying
I would say
purposes.
there's enough of a railing that you
Okay.
could tie him to.
I'll do a really good knot that I use on the sheep back home when I need to bring them in.
Said you will not?
I will. I will,
will
not. In the affirmative.
That's still my favorite joke for Not the Brave of like, there's no comma, it's just Not the Brave.
Yeah, I was explaining that to Mason the other day when I was talking about our cosplays, and he was like, "Who's the brave?" And I'm like, "Not the brave."
Okay, so you have this knight anchored to the stairwell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Seeing.
Yeah.
Write a little note that says like, "Hey, we did this. We're your friends if you see us elsewhere in the castle," and we can put that on the rope too.
Give me just a sec. Okay, let's see. Hello, good sir. My name is Scinn. We're in the castle. We saved you, which means return the rope to its intended owner because we need it.
Yeah. Perfect. It's exactly what needed to be said. All right. What next?
We just gave I know you're having a bad day, but here's something you owe me.
All right. So what are you guys doing next?
Is there more up?
There is another stairwell that goes up.
I see it. Uppies.
Uppies.
All right, let's go upstairs. Come on.
So
Sounds good.
as you guys are walking around, there is a door at the top of these stairs that has the similar to the deer silhouette that you saw that had the crown on it. This one has a lion with a crown.
Oh.
Crown. I was ready to go full charades with you.
Yep.
Because yeah, you know what this means.
How many words?
Hat. Beret.
There's a
hair
lion
tie,
with a
scrunchie.
crown
Headband.
above the door, but the door is closed.
I will try to open it.
So as you try to open it, it is securely locked at the moment.
I peek it.
So strong. Wait, not again. We're gonna get our legs stuck in a fake door that eats us.
Wait.
I already touched it and it didn't turn into a
Okay. Sorry, I'm just. Didn't mean to be overbearing, Rick. Please continue.
No, it's okay. I did not want to get eaten again. That was not fun.
Yeah, no, wasn't a good day.
It's really sad when we have so many experiences in which we can say, yeah, getting eaten's not fun.
Life, whatever.
Deep observations.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me what would you roll for a lock picking?
So you do have gloves that give you
Yes.
plus 10 to sleight of hand checks made to
Sleight of
pick
hand
lock.
is I was thinking stealth, but sleight of the hand was the one I was thinking.
So it's
Roll that with disadvantage.
So with just a normal roll then? If the gloves give advantage, then it becomes...
Oh, they don't give advantage. They give a mighty bonus to the
Plus-
roll. It's like a
yes.
plus 10 or
Wait,
something.
it is. I need to know the exact because my actual sleight of hand is a +9.
Is it not on your sheet?
No, I did not actually put it.
I will
actively
find
put it
out.
on my sheet. I am sorry. I have it written in my notes that I have them.
Okay, give me a sec. 2 gloves of thievery. It's a +5 bonus. My bad.
Wow.
So disadvantage, but plus 14.
I'm gonna mute
Yeah.
myself to open my bonus.
Okie dokie. So, let
And you
me...
have inspiration and guidance, and we got a PC's accomplice a minute ago.
Meow.
Math is hard.
Math is so hard.
What'd you
That
roll?
would be a 16.
A 16. So as you're fiddling with your lock picks, trying to pick the door, it does not unlock.
Stupid lock. Cheshire, use your crazy lock spell.
I mean, I can do that. Do you want me to? Is this the time?
Well,
Okay.
it didn't work last time because they all got mad at us for going in, but maybe this time it'll work.
Like, wave to Sawyer and Sienna. It's like, we should hide just in case someone comes out.
Yeah, Cheshire, go ahead. Do the magic unlocky spell.
You have to
Okay.
you have to touch the door to unlock it, or like, can you stand back, or like?
I can stand back. I can stand very
Like,
far away.
You can go hide.
He's gonna like kind of like that meme of like, let's get you home, grandma, kind of thing.
Jeez. All right, I will get the range on this spell is 60 feet, but I'll get as far back as I can and still see it on a curving
Right.
stairwell. And I will cast knock.
Okay. So as you cast knock on it, you hear the locking mechanism in the door itself unlock, and it starts to swing open just a little bit.
Okay. And just in case it matters to you, Dungeon Master, things within 300 feet of that door heard that. Presto! Open sesame and what not. I'll go.
Wow. Impressive.
Wick like picks up a rack and like hurls it down the staircase to try to distract the noise.
You follow your instincts every time, Wick. I love your choices. Excellent, great. It's gonna be down there now. People are gonna think we're down
Yeah,
there.
this is
Let's get going, guys.
He like runs towards the
Brilliant
door
little
and like
bird. So smart.
So
flings the door open. And is like, come on.
So who's going in first?
Not me.
Cheshire is? Okay.
Yeah.
So as you walk in, the walls, floor, and ceiling, it's a pretty tall ceiling, about 30 feet tall, but they're all made of white marble tiles. In the middle of the room, there is a quill with a feather sheathed in flame and a black covered book resting on an iron lectern.
Fancy.
This is like an important place.
I found the Necronomicon.
What if
You
guys?
Oh my god, don't read from it. We're all gonna go evil dead. We're gonna die.
Do you guys remember at the tea party they were saying that they were gonna ask for wishes? What if this is like where she writes down the wishes?
Well,
Wick is already beak deep in that book.
I was going to say I would hate to come across a black bound book with a quill wreathed in flame and not have looked into the book.
Yeah, Wick's already
Like there's caution, and I can appreciate caution, but then there's just opportunities that don't come around
Right.
twice.
Can I like poke at the quill?
Yeah. So
I will stand at the doorway like a bouncer.
as you're poking at the quill, nothing seems to happen. Like you're touching the fire, and only you see that nothing is actually happening. As Wick is looking at the book itself, the front of the book is embossed with images of a lion and a deer, the two animals rearing up on their hind legs facing each other. That's all I'm going to tell you about that.
Can I open it?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally open it. I want to see what's in there. I'm so
Sure.
curious.
So as
Right over
you-
Wick's shoulder.
As you're flipping through and you're looking, you see a long list of names filling the book's pages. Many of them belonging to fairies, judging by the colorfulness. The hags of the Hourglass Coven are listed near the middle of the book. Other names in the book include Thinnings, Sean, Kalamanzaros.
I feel like these are important.
Sean's in this book.
Dawn?
We gotta
Oh,
tell him.
Sean. He's everywhere.
Shon.
Oh, not the same Sean.
And Razil Uthmar. The final few
Good old
names-
Razel Uthmar.
Yes.
Razel Uthmar's in this book. We gotta tell him.
The final few names are written in Indolin Moongrave's handwriting. Not that you guys would know what her handwriting is. I don't know why I said that.
No, we do, because I got
Oh,
that.
yeah,
note.
Oh, yeah, you
She
did.
wrote us
Okay.
a thing.
How about that?
So you do.
Narrative
You meant to do that.
justification, bitches.
Yeah.
In her handwriting, the last entries are the members of the League of Malevolence: Kellic, Zarak, Zargash, Warduke, and Skilla.
Do they look different with the names that are dead of the members that got deaded?
They are oddly enough crossed out.
Oh.
It's a death note.
Okay, light.
Chip and eat it.
I take a moment, like Wick takes a moment to look to see if our names are in there.
They are not.
Okay.
Hey, Scinn,
But
you know that whole once a day I can know what a magic thing does thing you do sometimes?
yeah,
Have you done that today?
yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I think I did it yesterday, but like I didn't really sleep so good. So, like,
That's fair. I used all the scrolls I found in that loot string. I still have the loot string, but it's not very good for telling me what magic things do.
why don't we just take it and tomorrow I'll figure out what it is.
I am mildly concerned about the plan of taking this book from where it is at.
I think we should take it anyway.
What if we put another
Okay.
book in its spot?
Yeah.
You are the smart one.
Jones, like a
Yeah. I think at the carnival I got some sort of fairy tale book or something. Let me check my inventory.
Are are all the names in it like? Because I know you said like the ones like certain people were crossed out, but like the names of people that we know should be dead. Like, does it
Are there
basically seem like it's all names that are people that are dead, or is it just a bunch of names?
It's just a bunch of names, but oddly enough, the two people that you just killed, theirs are marked
Oh,
out.
I checked to see if Granny Nightshade's name is crossed out.
Ooh.
It is not.
Oh.
Dang
I
it.
did not kill her.
No, I definitely did.
It's okay, buddy. We'll go back and give her a 1-2 when we're done with this.
We
Go on
killed,
a side quest.
Who
we
else
killed
have we killed?
Skilla, right?
Yeah, who else have we?
Oh, yeah.
Is
Oh,
Skilla's
check
name
the
crossed out?
Skilla.
You did. I forgot you guys did kill Skilla. Her name is also crossed out.
Okay.
Okay.
So either this book automatically crosses out the name, magically crosses out the names of people who are dead that are written in it, or someone was here like just minutes ago and is very well informed and scratched out the names of the people we just killed.
Does the book feel warm? Like someone was just touching it?
Or third option, someone is still here and we can't see them.
Oh, fourth option. There's a second book elsewhere, and what you write in that book, it pops up in this book. There's so many possibilities.
My brain hurts.
The book does not feel warm like somebody was there, but it does feel magical.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if we should take this book. But you are the smart one. So
Take a group vote. Who says, raise your hand if you think we should take it. Oh, we're gonna have problems.
Cheshire, are you stretching or are you raising your head?
Oh, I'm not raising my hand. I don't
Okay.
want any
I'm like
part of this.
raising my hand.
And then who wants to leave it here?
Is there anything besides names in the book?
No. Other than just the names and the.
Can we get some like
the
lemon
same-
juice and heat?
The lion
they're
and
maps on it.
The hearts with crowns on the cover are the only things.
Cheshire signs
really-
his name in the book. I'm not dead, or if I am dead, then it's going to cross me out right away, right?
What if it adds your name to the list of people who gotta die?
What if it's
Well, I mean,
a
I'm
list
gonna die
of, what if it's a hit list?
Soon.
So
Oh, it's a hit
more
list,
like
and I
a
have
list
some of the
of-
best bodyguards in the Feywild.
You know what?
Everyone
Wait,
that has been born
I
in.
don't want you to go out sad and on your own. I'm gonna write my name in the book too, just in case.
You know, and I'm John
Okay,
Hancock
put my
in this
name
son
down,
of a
put my
bitch.
name
I'm not
down.
carefully writing my name. I'm scrawling that son of a bitch
with this
No,
this
no one like
fiery
a
quill.
with this fiery quill. Look, I'm
child
used to holding flaming shit in my hands. I'm fine.
No, when a child holds a pen like this and writes. That's what Scene's doing.
What color ink do you guys want to show up as you write your names?
Do I? Oh, I get to pick.
Sure.
Ooh.
Oh,
We
well,
should take the quill. That's cool.
is it all? Are there different ink wells, or not really?
No, it's just the one that it
Okay.
sits in.
Is it like one of
I
those,
sign
like-
it, and it starts out blue, and then it fades to white immediately, like my eyes did.
Oh.
I want mine to be glittery blue.
Like a gel pen.
Like,
Yeah, I go, Sawyer, and I take up like 2 lines worth of space. And it's in like a nice little like clover green.
I like how we.
I-
Go ahead.
Wick signs his name in the same handwriting that's in the book. Because, forgery. Why not? We're gonna do
Why not?
Yeah.
So, it
But
cra-
his
No,
name-
wait. The first entries or Indolin's writing?
Indolence.
no, those are the last ones.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
oh,
yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm gonna go off whatever I see, like,
Gotcha.
right there.
Okay.
That's not the names that were just added.
So out of game, it cracks me up that you guys just went from being terrified from taking this book to just immediately everyone's writing their name in it.
Oh, can I also flip to like the last page and be like, Sawyer was here. The hags
absolutely.
suck.
You're
Why I
gonna-
was tempted.
I don't want this to work, and we also sent giant birds after him, but
Scene's gonna write the name of the bunny guy who did us dirty.
Agdon Longscarf.
Agdon Longscarf.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
wait, is his name in the book already?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna do that, but then to be extra jerk, he's gonna be like, and like draw a line.
Yay! I was hoping you would.
Yeah. We're gonna turn this into some like desecrated yearbook.
Now I'm going to ask this question just because Rob wants to know. Does the line through the name Agdon Longscarf stay there?
Yeah, it stays there.
Okay.
Did we just kill
Just
Agdon
kill him.
Longscarf?
Do the rest of the League of Malevolence. They're all in there.
Oh
Just
yeah,
scratch
cross
them all out. real quick.
cross them all
I'm
out.
still holding the pen.
I'm gonna take your hand and guide it along to cross out the name.
teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's nothing. But maybe it's something.
I am wondering, so you said not all of the handwriting in this book is the same, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Just the last few entries, which were the League of Malevolence, that was in Indolin's handwriting.
Okay. Does it look like everything is all wildly different? Like
Everything
bunch of people-
Everything else was one set of handwriting.
interesting. Well, that cuts out that theory, so never mind.
Well, I feel feel good about whatever we just did. I'm not sure what it
Yeah.
was, but it was cathartic, if nothing else.
I'm sure it won't come back to bite us at all. I'm confident.
Oh, no.
No, no, no.
When has that ever happened?
Can I just like try to like just from its pedestal, just like like pick the book up just to see like even if it's hovering a few inches up, like if anything happens.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you pick it up, nothing strange happens. It was literally just a pedestal that the book was sitting on.
You're like, hey, look, do you like people to talk nicely to you? Tell me your secrets.
I fear that having encountered a single item that enjoy being spoken to, that now Scinn thinks that all magic items work that way.
I mean,
You
I think
ruined it for me.
it's good to give people in objects respect.
I mean, yes. I don't suppose it hurts anything. Just I wonder about the implications is all. Well, job well done.
So the reason I'm laughing too though is because Cheshire just said like his line like of just like I wonder the implications and then from your camera miss, but I heard someone go, yeah.
So as you guys walk back to the doorway, there's the stairs that you just came up, and there's another set of stairs that keep going up.
This place has to run out of up eventually.
Wait, did we agree that we were actually taking the book?
I haven't left yet. I can put it back down. I just want to see if you pick it up if like something like a reaction started.
I'm not going to say you shouldn't take the book. I just don't want to personally take the book.
Where would we? Would it fit in the bag? Would it fit in potassium?
Okay, I need you to open up.
I'll try to fit the book in potassium, but first let me open her. Oh, that's a good start roll for the night. That's not a start roll. I had to roll the random thing. Here's my charisma plus 3. 16.
I believe that succeeds. So, what do you say to this bag to try and get it to open?
Lady, like, I know you're holding so much junk in that trunk, but, like, I just need to put a little bit more in there, okay? You're doing great. I swear we'll unload soon. You'll get a break. For right now.
The bag opens, and you're able to put the book in there securely. And closes back up once it's in.
Wait, did we take the pen too?
I didn't put the pen. Somebody can carry the pen. It doesn't actually hurt. Like, it looks
Yeah,
good.
I could tuck it away in my
I hear it's
pouches.
mightier than the sword.
But what if you have a flaming pen and a flaming sword like you?
Oh, that's just the bee's knees then. That's the absolute cat's pajamas.
We didn't know cats wear pajamas.
Yeah, it's just what cats do you know that wear PJs?
Oh, there's this there's actually a tabaxi named PJ a couple of towns over. We used to play canasta.
Oh. But do you want to hold on to the flaming
Riding,
pen?
Rob.
Really, like a flaming pen and a flaming sword. Like, that's the most barred thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, Trisha, I think this is for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will I'll take one of the little sashes around my belt and I'll tie it around my head like a Rambo headband and I'll stick a flaming pin in it. Just like a feather in my cap.
Nice.
Now you just look like Crash showing up to play D&D last week.
All right. So, where are you headed? Are you continuing up?
We'll reach the top eventually, and then we will turn around.
Upwards.
Okay. So as you get to the top, there is a ornate iron door that stands at the top of the staircase. Its surface is covered with a complex array of cogs, latches, and tumblers. A round doorknob is engraved with a image of a nightingale.
This is just
That
the
sounds pretty.
fanciest doors and locks and things.
That's what happens when you've got a castle.
You also notice that they seem to like showing like bears and lions fighting each other.
There has been a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
animal
I wonder-
iconography.
I wonder if that is symbolism for something.
I knock on the door
With your spell or
with my knuckle.
with your knuckle?
Sawyer is quietly going, lion, lion, trying to see if there's like a hidden word in it.
Um,
Lion.
Lion-hearted. There you go. This
Deer
heart is a
lion.
deer, you know.
so as you
Nah,
knock,
that can't be it.
you
No.
hear your knock kind of echo on the inside, but no movement other than that. Sawyer, did you say you were inspecting the door?
Mostly just like, yeah, I guess you could say inspecting.
Okay. As you are inspecting the door, you see all the locks and the cogs and everything. Around the door handle, you see an inscription around it, around the base of it, that reads, "Speak my name."
Cheshire, say that thing you said again.
Which one?
The one that I said, no, it can't be that.
Oh, Lionheart?
Nothing happens.
No. Never
Hang on,
mind,
I've got
that's not
this.
it.
These
Uh,
puzzles are always extremely literal. My name.
Nothing.
My
that
name
didn't
and
work either.
enter.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
Zybilna?
I'm guessing. Do you have a hold of the handle when you're saying it, or?
Yes.
Cheshire didn't.
Okay. As you say Zybilna, nothing happens.
Nice.
What was the animal on this door again?
There wasn't one.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you said a nightingale.
Oh, a nightingale was on the doorknob.
Okay.
Nightingale. Gale. Nightin. Guys, did Zybilna have like other names like all the other ones did?
can I look around?
Not
the room
everyone just seemed to call her
for any,
Zybilna.
like tiny things hiding here and there?
What was that, Ty?
Can I look around the room for any other things hiding here and there?
So you're just at the hallway that led up to this door, and there's no other stairs that go past this. So this is truly the top.
I mean, I can do the knock thing again, but like, not that many more times.
I could try to pick the lock.
Oh, with all the tumble, this kind of looks like a fun one. You should try.
It's like a big puzzle.
Roll me if you're gonna try and pick it.
It's like the amusement park of locks.
Oh,
Is there any like artwork or anything like that on the door?
It's nothing. It's just ornate. There's no real
Is-
artwork or designs.
Is there any kind of like a knowledge that we can like think of? Like a poem that we may have heard or a story about any of the symbolism, like you said it was a nightingale?
There was a nightingale on the doorknob.
No.
As far as previous knowledge, you know that
I mean, I don't imagine Wick would know shit, but
just going through and thinking, you guys do know that Zybilna has another name. This is, I mean, obviously her castle. But other than that, nothing that really else kind of comes to mind.
Yeah, Wick just sits there and tries to pick the lock.
Okay. There's 8
That's
of
what he's
them.
got.
Are you doing them all at the same time,
Oh.
or?
I have the capability of doing one at a time.
Okay. To save rolling, I'm gonna say that you're not able to pick the locks because it specifically says all 8 of them have to be popped at the same time.
Oh.
Okay. Quick, look for some keys, y'all. Where would be keys? Where would a logical place to keep keys be? On a desk? Is there a desk?
I mean, we have the big
what-
thing that opens whatever, but like, I don't know if we want to use it right now.
The big thing what big thing?
You were sleeping, baby. It's okay. They gave us like a thing that'll just open stuff, but you can only use
Oh
it.
yes, the chime.
Yeah.
The chime for opening things.
Oh yeah.
Or
Is this one of those things that we want to open?
I mean, I think this is the most locked door I've ever seen.
I think we should, but like, why don't we just like try to figure it out first? Because like, I mean, what if there's something that really you can't open and like we really need the key card?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna hold the doorknob and just start going.
Come on, baby, just talk to me. I'm doing this. You do it. You did now. I got patience.
Like that's just all that he said.
I'm gonna
Alright,
look for
so
keys. Wake's
even-
gonna go look for some keys.
Yeah, I think this is as far up in the tower as we can go until we either learn a new name or, you know,
Yeah.
find 8 keys.
Isn't there a library in this place? Did I remember that correctly?
I mean, there probably is. There's probably
Probably.
lots of things in this place that we haven't
Yeah.
found.
Yeah, we kind of just like
No.
we kind of speed runned a lot of this. Should we go back down and like?
on the guy's body? If he was
What?
fleeing and got blown out the window and now he's frozen and the keys on him.
That is a good thought, and it's not that hard to go back down.
I mean, you could just fly over and, like, pick through his pockets.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
I think we should go back down and like see if there's other doors
Yeah.
that like are like this one, or see if like there's a name written somewhere.
I mean, surely
I think this
there
is a
will-
wonderful idea.
Yes.
Onward!
Onward!
This feels very Final Destination, and I'm not ready for the adventure to end. So let's just go, like, you know,
Yeah.
like, around other places.
I think this should be just a casual stroll through all the rest of the rooms so we can take as long as possible.
Tell you what, can someone go? Did you take the book? Is the book still downstairs?
No, I got it.
Can you just read me off the names that are in the book? There can't be that many, and I'll hold the doorknob and say them.
It's just
Did you
gonna
not
be-
look at this book? There are so many names in there.
But
Are there
try
that
all
many
of the
names
like
in there?
big players first, so like the hags and names that we
s-
recognize.
Yeah, we can do that. I need you to open up K again.
I need to open up the bag again. I don't think that's good. Yeah, it's a 10. Not gonna do it.
So, what are you saying to Potassium to try and get it to open?
Please, I'm so sorry. I promised you a break, but they just want you to open again. And just, I understand if you don't want to. I need you to.
So as you start to open it, and it does open for you, and you're able to reach in and you grab the book, but you feel something else grab a hold of your arm. Like all of as you're pulling it out, all of a sudden it grabs you.
Bag? Like, does it feel like it's the bag or like something coming out of the bag? Like, does that question make sense?
It feels like it could be something within the bag.
Don't know if you're okay or not, but we're gonna find out.
He's gonna like holding on to the book, holding on to him, like the hand that's holding on to him. You watch him with the bag to start going like he's on the end of his hand, and he's just like flinging it around.
Excellent form, Cian. Get it.
Quick as you like.
So as you're whipping this book
You
around,
need to get out of her. She didn't want you there.
you're whipping this bag around, and you're managing to hit Cheshire and Sawyer. You smack Rick
Hey,
on the
what?
back of the
Yeah,
head.
yeah. No, this is great. Hit me again.
And
Like just like moves out of the.
eventually
radius.
the thing that has a hold of you after a couple minutes of just wildly swinging, and you're out of breath at this point, it lets go and you're able to get the book out, and the bag closes tight, and it'll take, what is it, 15 or 16 now to get it to open next time.
Yeah.
Getting up
It
there.
goes up by 1. I think it'll be 16 the next time.
Guys, the book. We'll do the name thing, but like I gotta tell you, like I just put my hand in there to get it out, and something grabbed me, and that's never happened in Kay, and I don't think it was Kay. She's too sweet for that.
What all have we put in the bag?
Did not put any dead bodies in there, so I don't know what's
I mean,
happening.
we weren't the first people to have the bag either, so maybe we leave that closed for the most part.
I've never had a living hand.
Should we dump out the bag?
Wait, did it come out?
No,
Book did,
the book did.
which means it's stuck in unless. Oh God, is it part of the book?
Oh well, we took the book.
Here, have fun. Here's the book. Have fun. Do your thing. I'm gonna go stand in the corner.
Yeah, go for it, Cheshire.
The corner of a
We'll
round
be
room.
over here.
Y'all can move on if you want to. Cheshire's going to stand here for a while and just read off names in case the name we're looking for is in the book.
So you start off reading the names of the Hourglass Coven one by one. Nothing happens. Did the rest of you stay up here, or did you go on?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay for at least a few minutes to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if that shows up anywhere.
Okay. So you read off their names. You say Razil Uthamar, nothing happens. You say Thinnings, and nothing happens. You say Natasha, and you feel the door itself open.
Oh,
I got it!
that was so easy.
There was a... Natasha...
Natasha.
Isn't...
Who is named Natasha?
I don't know. And we've done all this adventuring, and I don't know a Natasha.
No, we haven't met a Natasha, I don't think. What's in the room?
Yeah, let's go in.
Just quickly pull the door open.
So as you open it, this is a very exquisite looking room.
We Scooby-Doo our heads inside.
It is.
I say, speaking for everyone.
For that.
It appears to be a vault holding many treasures. The door swings open to reveal a circular chamber illuminated with drifting balls of colored light. In the middle of the room, a finely forged greatsword floats, point upward 3 feet above a treasure chest. The magic that holds the sword aloft also rotates it slowly so that the blade catches and reflects the multicolored lights.
Trap.
Oh shit.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's alright.
Very pretty, but trap. I feel like-
Carefully take a step inside.
Yeah, you go for it, Cheshire. Yeah.
You got this, Cheshire.
I'm going to stay right here.
I'm gonna hover around Cheshire's shoulders.
I wave my hand inside one of the colored lights.
You see the light kind of bouncing off of your hand. Within no, so that doesn't apply there. Along the walls, you see some paintings. One of them is, it looks to be images of a carnival. And it's incorporating drawings of creatures pointing at one another. A Nilbog, which is a goblin jester, is pointing its scepter at a Almirage, which points its horn at a treant, which points to an arrow that points towards a swan, whose beak points to a hippogriff pointing at an axe.
Wick's like pointing at all the things that point at each other, like big.
Sawyer leans down to Wick and goes, "I'm not good at math."
So far, it looks like everything is pointing at the axe. Unless the axe is pointing somewhere else, but like that could be misleading if it's a double-headed axe.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Cheshire, while everyone's looking at other things, Cheshire's his feet have not stopped moving towards the shiny sword in the middle of the room. His head's going every which way.
So,
but his feet are still going.
Those of you investigating the map there, roll me a investigation, and you can have advantage if multiple of you are doing it.
Okie dokie.
Oh, here I come then.
Doopa doopa.
What is
my
this
best roll
for? What check are we doing?
Investigation.
Investigation. Okay. Not very good at that, but I'll contribute.
I'm gonna use an instance of lucky. I'm glad I did that. That's a 15.
I also got 15.
Okay.
I got a 1 or an 8.
Okay. So between Wick and Sawyer, you're studying it pretty closely, and almost like sheer luck, you notice that if you take the first letters of each of those creatures and objects, the name Natasha is spelled out.
This lady loves her name.
It is a pretty name, though.
It
Natasha.
is. Yeah, it's not very common.
If I ever have a chicklet, I will name them Natasha.
It's so sweet of you, Wick.
So Wick, as you you say whisper, or never mind. As you say the word Natasha, you almost get a conjuring of a half-forgotten childhood dream, and it is of your mom holding you and singing you lullabies in the Palace of Heart's Desire.
I'm not gonna cry, I swear.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, cut to across the room of
Yeah.
like Mission Impossible and get across the room.
So,
after Wick sees this, he like switches spots with Sawyer and puts Sawyer and just like, say her name. Like shakes her arm.
Her name. Natasha. I'm just messing with you, Wick.
After you say it, you kind of get the same kind of conjuring of a childhood dream of, playing with your brother. Your mom is still alive. Your dad is as happy as can be. Like, things are as they should be.
Oh. I say her name again.
You get
Natasha?
you get the same thing.
Okay, it's the same thing. It's really nice, though. Wait, how'd you figure that out? You're so smart. They ruffle your
I don't know.
feathers.
I just said her name out loud.
It's really cool. Hey, guys! Say her name. Say Natasha.
Natasha?
As you say it, Cheshire, you are also get a conjuring of a childhood dream. But not really a childhood dream. You have, the full color in your eyes, and you are a very successful bard and entertainer. Back in Petal, you are putting on very successful shows. You're loved by the entire community. You're younger, but not a child.
Oh.
Kind of like taking it
Oh,
back
that is
to
nice.
like your dreams and your desires of wanting to be the big entertainer.
Whatever
Cheshire.
goes on from here on out, I hope one day our names conjure good feelings like this in
What?
people.
What childhood memory did you get?
Oh, chocolate chip cookies that
Aw.
my nan used to make.
That's very sweet.
They were good.
Feel one tiny hand slide up onto your shoulder and be like,
We'll get you the cookies.
I would like that. And
Natasha, you got something for me?
So as Scinn says, Natasha, you get a conjuring of a dream, and it is back whenever you were still with your family, before you wandered off. You were playing with all of your siblings, and you now know how to get back to your family. Like, you know where they are.
Oh, see the way.
no wonder everyone wants to. Whatever she's called, Natasha or Zybilno or whatnot, that she must be all right if just her name can do this.
Well, isn't she a nice lady?
All of the people in the garden at the tea party were talking about requesting things of her. Things that they were wishing for.
Maybe the hags didn't like that she was helping people when they could.
Well,
I know, man, capitalism. Maybe they just wanted to charge for everybody to get help, and she was doing it for free.
I hate capitalism.
Agreed.
I don't know, but that's just where my mind went. But clearly they didn't like
You know-
her. They froze her.
The last time capitalism screwed me was when when I was trying to get into the carnival as a child, and there was this ticket master selling tickets, and they were just the absolute worst
Oh.
kind of person.
You never trust someone who's called a ticket master.
Not at
That's
all.
not even a real job. We just give that at the circus to the person who's not doing anything.
They were the only
Yeah.
person who had tickets to the carnival, and I had to deal with them.
It's ridiculous. Someone needs to deal with that fool.
As soon as we get back.
Call our representative.
Well, just call my fists the Department of Justice.
Is it sad that it took me that long just to get that little rant that you guys went off on?
Ticketmaster, I'm calling you out.
Suddenly, somewhere off in the distance, the CEO of Ticketmaster is like just sneezing like someone's talking about me.
A chill runs down his spine.
It might be about break time, but Cheshire grabs that sword.
Okay. So you grab the sword. It is in a you grab the sword. Let me see if I can get you a description of it.
Great sword. Technically, I can use great swords. My feat that I took won't help me. But College of Swords bards can use whatever.
Stupid website doesn't have pictures of.
Tyler's hiding in the
items.
hoodie.
You guys turn the temperature up, but for right now, I look like an anime character.
You kind of do, yeah.
Rob, whenever you put your head down, the light reflects off your glasses, and you do as well.
Wait,
Alright, I know there's
Here.
a picture of it. Okay.
all I've got is multiple forks for here.
So once you grab a hold of this sword, the hilt it looks like it's kind of wrapped in vines a little bit with a pink rose at the bottom of it. Towards the pommel, it looks just like thorny vines almost. And the blade itself is green with purple accents just within the on both sides of the blade. I'm assuming you also open the chest that's there as well.
I'm just playing with the sword and
Okay.
checking it out and seeing how it feels. We're not going to leave this room without discussing whether or not to do something with the chest, but Cheshire just wants the sword for now.
Okay.
We should try to open
He's
this
gonna
chest.
just be admiring it as Wick goes for the chest.
Okay. So
I'll be Wick's backup for the chest. It's good. It's
as
good.
you open the chest, there is a ornate scabbard that is adorned with phoenix feathers that looks about the size of the sword Cheshire just picked up. There is
Cheshire!
it's valued at 100 gold pieces. There is a gold helmet decorated with heart antlers, also known as deer antlers, valued at 250 gold pieces. And there is a shimmering silver cloak with a unicorn embroidered on it in platinum thread, valued at 750 gold pieces.
Puts that on to be a
Look
fancy
how
boy.
Dashing you look. What a charming little gentleman you are.
Yeah.
Antlers on you, and it look like me. We're in match.
Say,
Wait,
Wick has
doesn't-
a skull helmet, and
Yeah,
Scinn has a
skull
skull
helmet.
helmet. Do you
Cian's
want
got
an
a skull-
antler helmet, Sawyer? And then we'll all have
See,
something
Sawyer-
funny on our heads?
We will
I
all have
take off
antlers.
my little cap and I poke holes on each side and I feed the antlers through and I put my hat back on. How do I
Wonderful.
look? It's a little top heavy. I'm gonna have to practice my kicking. My center of balance has changed.
Oh, but imagine when you headbutt someone.
Oh, Misha, I could do what you did to that snake all those days ago. 'Cause
Oh,
he's
yes!
probably been here
Oh,
for a
wait,
little over
that's
a week.
because yours are pointy.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
But I did not fight well back then.
Yeah,
it's
but you
not a
got the
thing I did.
snake. It's impressive.
Yeah, I was rather proud of that. That was the first time I'd been in a big fight.
Yeah, it's like swooshing around.
Thank you, Natasha, for these gifts that we are taking.
And we'll
Yes, Natasha,
definitely
thank
use
you.
to help you if we find you and
Yeah.
recognize you.
I hope you understand that we come with the best intentions in our heart.
Natasha, if you're Zybelna, just know we're aiming to make you not frozen no more.
Yes.
And on that note, we will go to break.
Swag! We have swag!
Got the swag. All right, guys, bear with us just a few minutes. We're going to take a break, stretch our legs. I'll send Rob the information on that sword while we're on break, so you can review it and do the things. And
Cool.
we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Enjoy the fan art, and we'll see you back.
Contact your local representatives in the meantime.
Enjoy. Let's find something to fight.
What face was that again? Sitting there with your nudes.
Menus. I'm waiting for you to tell me what.
Oh,
it's
send
time.
nudes!
You're making it look so good.
They do
I
look
really
good.
want ramen.
Guys,
Yeah.
Ty has her nudes on stream.
Wait, if it were,
Noodles.
Screenshot now.
Guys, this is a Christian Minecraft server.
Yeah, you're gonna get booted, Rob.
Oh no.
Can't see that stuff in a Christian Minecraft server.
Oh, my bad, guys. I've never played
This
Minecraft.
is as bad
You
as
get banned.
Crash's artistic nipple.
All right. Hello, everyone. We
Hey,
are
guys.
back.
Hi,
We did
we're
not
back.
cause shenanigans. We have stretched our legs, and we have, well, some of us have eaten nudes. So,
I wish I had some noodles. Look at those.
they do look pretty
We
tasty.
I know, they look so good.
Are they hot?
noodles tomorrow.
Hot
yeah, they're
nudes.
My friend actually told me a
Impossible.
really good ramen place down from the convention center that we should go to or order
Yeah.
from. So
Yeah. So Rob, you got a fancy new sword. You want to tell everybody what it does?
would you like to share with the class?
Yeah, actually, I should let me real quick snag the image for everybody because this thing looks like, what is it? The Oathkeeper Keyblade, but except like the garden variety. I'll show that in the Discord in a second. It is a +3 greatsword. So first of all, hot damn, that's as good as magic swords get in this game. It ignores resistance to slashing damage. So, heck yes. If I use this weapon to attack a creature that has at least one head, and I crit, I cut off one of the heads. Because it's a Vorpal sword, baby! And if it doesn't get beheaded because Rob is a jerk, then I do extra damage to it. And I can wield it with my personality instead of my strength. So all good.
Personality.
I can't. That's what charisma is.
However,
I also stab
I
people
attack with my panache.
personality
I heard a
sometimes
thing that I
with
think
cruel
was
words.
free here. I heard a thing that if you don't hit something 3 times, it unattunes itself from you.
Yeah.
Really?
It's very high maintenance as swords go.
We
So
all have a
is-
high maintenance item, at least one now. So
I'm assuming you
Sorry,
have
got rid of
to.
You're next, Wick.
I'm
No, I
assuming
already
you have
had mine
to
and I got rid of
attune
it.
yourself to the sword to get those benefits.
Yes.
Okay.
So until I attune to it, which I'll be doing at the earliest opportunity, it's a it's still a magic weapon, and I still know how to use great swords, but I am not going to be able to unlock its potential.
Okay.
AK just said this is not Critical Role where they talk about the percentile percent Q, which means I'm guessing he means it's. We talk about worse things than that.
Yeah.
Right, this doesn't include the role, but that doesn't.
Well, I was going to say it is approaching late. It's nighttime now, and this is a place that you could rest if you so wanted to.
Oh, we can lock this door back, can't we? Like super secure.
Yeah.
Wait, does it have an open from the inside?
Yeah, will we get stuck if we do that?
It does not
I don't
have an
wanna
open
get
from the
stuck.
inside.
Okay, then maybe we just crack it and like put something like a stick there so that if it gets bumped, it doesn't shut.
Who is in charge of getting sticks?
Just put a rack. We could like run down and get a rack and just like.
Not a boulder. It's a rock.
So
I could grab the one that I threw down the stairs. It'll be fine.
you're able to prop the door open to where it won't accidentally shut.
Excellent.
Okay. Are you guys taking?
And we all take a nappy nap.
long rest or short one?
Some of us need a long rest, right? Some of us haven't gotten that in a while.
I think, how are the two of you after you took damage, whereas all the damage I took in that fight was via monkey. So what I'm down right now is spell slots.
Yeah.
I'm good either way, so it's up to you guys. If I take a short rest, I can use my hit dice and I get back my key points. So it's your call.
I say, excuse me, shoot for long, and then if something happens and all we get out of it is a short, then we make do.
Okay. You guys are very easily able to get a long rest, except Scinn, who needs to roll for it.
Yeah.
I just put the picture of that sword in the chat, by the way, and it's in the Twitch chat in the public Discord. It is sexy. I would happily pay money to own that shit.
Remember what type of?
He's supposed to only be able to have one, Dabs, is the answer to that question. So don't even worry about it. He's definitely got one.
I think it was wisdom. Honestly, it doesn't matter because intelligence and wisdom are both plus nothing. But I rolled the 18, which I think is what I needed.
Yeah.
So I barely made it to sleep tonight.
Yay!
Scinn tossed and turned a little bit, but he rested.
Like you flip the pillow over to the cool side about 5 times.
Yeah, Dabs, I have one accomplice. I just haven't had a chance to use it yet.
He says hasn't had a chance. That means he hasn't decided to bother us yet.
Like, let's give him a cool sword before I kill the character forever.
Yeah.
Hey, I can use identify again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yay!
Okay, so you guys... Rob, did you attune to your sword during this time?
I would love to. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
You sleep with it held in your grasp so that you would attune to it all night long.
Oh, yes. I was spooning this thing. I imagine it's almost as tall as I am.
Yeah, Sawyer woke up at one point and like glanced over at everyone and saw Cheshire hugging the sword and was like, okay, all right.
When you looked over at Scinn, all you would have seen is him flat, face down on the ground, looking like a dead person, but not. Every now and again, it would be like when you watch your pet, every now and again you'd see it, like the back, like the chest rise.
Yeah, Sawyer holds her breath for a second, waits to see Scinn breathe, and is like, okay, all right, we're good. We're good. All is well. Back to sleep.
Wait's just like cuddled up underneath his fancy cape.
Oh.
I do that with the rats all the time, and occasionally, if it takes a second, I'll like poke them and wake them up and make them mad.
So when you wake up, Rob, you hear a voice that is very silvery and melodic, almost regal sounding, saying, "Well, hello there. You
Sound like Holiday Barbie.
basically."
Hello there.
Hello
Hey,
there.
I'm Barbie.
So I have to say thank you for, rescuing me from this tower. I was definitely a damsel in distress, but are you going to be taking me to kill some dragons?
Are you Natasha?
Oh no. I'm Snickersnack.
Oh.
For the plot twist, though, Natasha just wants to murk some crap.
I must say that's quite a nice name. That's good. That's good. Kill dragons?
Oh, please tell me this is all actually out loud and not in your head.
Sleep talking.
The voice is in his head. Cheshire, I'm assuming, is talking out loud.
Just standing here holding this thing like, dragons? Are you?
Sawyer has like squatted down next to Cheshire, but out of his line of view, and is just like excitedly watching him. Yes.
The sword's like,
I'm picturing Maddie as Sawyer just here.
Maddie unlocked the
Yeah.
crazy eyes for a second there. Just like,
yes, my young lad, dragons. We have to kill them. We cut off their heads. There'll be blood everywhere. It'll be great.
oh, I mean, there is. I think there is a dragon close
We have to kill
by.
it. We have to kill it right now. Let's go.
We were considering avoiding
No,
the dragon.
You've told me there's a dragon. We have to kill it.
Are you especially adept at dragon slaying?
Oh, I love killing dragons. I've killed at least one.
At least one.
At least one. I've been up
That
here
is
a while.
better than my personal best. That's quite an accomplishment. Wow. Tell you what, if we are going to be, we're not going to be staying here, and there's a distinct possibility of us running into a dragon, and if we run into one, hoo boy, just tear loose. Just tell me what to do. Lend me your dragon killing expertise of that one you killed that one time at least.
Tell you what, lean in real close here. I'll tell you a secret right now.
Okay.
Oh, you guys, he's leaning in.
Let's kill the freaking dragon right now.
Okay. Everyone, this is Snickersnack. Snickersnack, this is everyone. Snickersnack really has a thing for dragon slaying. Just want to put that, because there were a lot of like magic things that were doing things that we didn't know about until a little bit later. I just want to go ahead and put it on the table right now that Snickersnack likes killing dragons, specifically with blood everywhere. And has done it at least once in the past. Minimum of one time.
Don't tell them once. We gotta do it. Tell them like 15 times. They don't know
Like
the difference.
15 times.
See, now
Sawyer
they're
holds
confident.
up her hand and looks at her ring and says, "See that? You're not the only talking object on someone's body who wants to kill things. You're not special."
It's like I want to say the exact opposite of your ring, but your ring is like chaotic evil, and this sword is chaotic
Sawyer
good.
doesn't care. She wants to make the ring feel bad. See, and you just want to just kill generic things. The sword wants to kill cool dragons.
The ring tells you, oh, that's just Snickersnack. He hasn't killed 15 dragons.
My ring says your sword hasn't killed 15 dragons, Cheshire.
What? Are you gonna trust my cool new sword to the ring that hates you?
The ring doesn't hate me.
Oh, God.
It loves
sure
my
doesn't like-
killing ability.
I mean, we all love your killing ability, Sawyer,
Yeah.
but how does it feel about you as a person?
Tell you what, Sawyer, punch the sword. He won't like it, I promise.
I'm gonna punch the sword. I'm gonna punch the sword.
I need
Alright.
you to know that the whole time you were doing that, like, let's go kill the dragon now, I was still picturing Barbie voice, so it was basically just like, we got to kill the dragon now!
Can you tell me where the dragon is?
Oh, dear.
Go ahead and roll me an attack roll as
You
you
got
try to
it.
punch this sword.
Hello, Iron Chef Lord in the chat. How's it going?
Oh, this is really good. This is really good.
Oh no.
24.
Rob, I will give you the opportunity to defend your sword as Maddie is coming at it.
It's a legendary magic item. Does it need defending? Well, I don't want her to punch it, so I'll...
This is
What do you
happening
want me to
to
do? I don't know what to do in this situation.
Oh, no. While this is happening, Cian's gonna lean over to Wick and be like,
Don't grow up. Adults are weird.
I would say you could put yourself in front of her punch, trying to block the sword from being hit.
I don't guess I have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time to think about
it's
it.
coming fast.
Maybe I'll win some points with the sword and some forgiveness about future misses. So sure, I'll take the hit.
I
Okay.
almost spilled my water.
And that absolutely hits me.
Yeah.
My armor class is not as good when I'm not dual wielding scimitars. Let me go ahead and give myself a long rest first.
Oh yeah, do that real quick. I just rolled the highest damage I could, just so everybody knows.
Thank you.
That's 9 bludgeoning points. Cheshire, why'd you jump in front of my face?
Why did you throw your fist in my direction?
The ring told me to punch the sword, and I was trying to prove that it's cooler than your sword.
I got you to punch your friend.
You shut up right now.
That hurt. That was exactly
Yes,
a
I'm
fifth
good
of
at
my hit
punching.
points.
Thank you
I'm
for
really
defending
sorry
me.
that I'm so good.
Thank you for defending me. She's not a dragon. Let's go find a dragon.
You know what? Yes, we're going to leave this friend-punching, ring-obeying woman for the next 5 minutes at least in a huff and go look for a dragon.
Yeah, fine. You go walk off. Go walk off, Cheshire. It's fine. I'm so sorry. I'm so strong and so good at punching people.
You are both of those things.
Thank you.
What's up, Ty?
okay, that just happened.
Mom and Dad are fighting.
The sword likes to go after evil things. Is it just evil dragons or evil all things? Because you have to remember, I'm 3 bad nights rests away from being a tiny little cannibal.
Oh no.
Also, there are good dragons out there.
It does specifically say
Well,
destruction of evil dragons.
Ah.
So if we roll up on a dragon and it's like, this one's pretty cool, maybe Snickersnack's like, man, we should look for another one.
I meant more so that I'm not going to fail by 3 nights and Snickersnack is suddenly like, oh my god.
All right, so Cheshire, are you walking down the stairs by yourself at this point?
Yes, loudly. Like, not quickly, just like stomping on every step with my
Stomping.
hooves.
Hey guys, for the record, I'm not actually mad at Cheshire, but he could go be dramatic if he wants to be.
What just
I'm
happened?
walking down the stairs and I'm talking to Snickersnack. She's not normally like this. It's just the ring.
I don't
She's
know
got
what
this thing that's like
happened.
going on. It's like really got inside of her head lately. We're gonna solve it later.
I'm-
The ring amped me up. I apologize.
Okay, well, while you do that, let me just. It's sweet, baby. I need that book.
Oh, wait, we have the book out. We already have the book out.
We
don't
do.
Go back.
Never mind. Okay, I'm sorry. I woke you up. Just go back to sleep.
I'm going to identify on the book, please and thank you.
Rob, I cast a Cure Wounds on myself at first level.
Okay. So you make it back down to the room that has the blasted out wall. And have the rest of you started to come down? How long did you let him walk?
Well, I'm
I-
identifying, so it's going to take me a little bit.
Sawyer,
Cheshire's not going further than here. He's just staring out into the Court of Storms,
Sawyer
being edgy.
stands in the doorway so she can make sure Cheshire's like not getting into like danger, but is gonna like let him be huffy.
So after 15 minutes or so pass, as you've been just staring into this the Court of Storms and the knight that's just out there stuck with a rope tied to him.
Fabulous mustache.
With his fabulous mustache. You hear the rest of everyone coming down the stairs finally.
Okay, I'd kind of gotten distracted and was like, checking out my nails and whatnot. When I hear people coming down, I cross my arms and like.
Can I roll like insight to see if I catch that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I just threw that D20. That is gone. Let's try another one. Okay. What is my insight? Oh, it's not that bad.
When
That's
we get
a.
the chance, I did use identify on the weird book, so whenever there's
I got an
I just
18.
need to know about that.
Oh yeah, I'm not rolling to oppose or anything. He's not really like putting in his full effort into this deception. Yeah, you even tell he's like healed himself. He's fine. He's just
Hey,
like,
buddy. How's
just
the
got his
night
feet-
out there?
his feelings are more hurt than his body. Like, oh, it's
Just floating out there?
yeah. I thought you meant a different kind of night there for a second. I was a little bit confused, but still.
Yeah, sorry. The one with the silent K.
I've been wondering. Like, I have the. But what if I had the What do you think? Yes? Maybe no?
For you?
Right. Yeah. I mean, like.
I think you should
no,
ask him about
right?
the upkeep
But, like,
on it.
well, he's not that
You know.
talkative at the moment, but
Eventually.
eventually.
I think you should do it, Cheshire. You would look dashing.
I think I think you might be able to pull it off as well. Would it just be like long pinion feathers coming off of the beak?
Wick turns around and pulls a rag out of his bag and wraps it up and then sticks it on his beak.
Oh,
Look
now
at that
there we
charming
are.
boy.
What happened to our lad? He is a man.
So grown up.
It falls,
Seeing as
off.
you did the identify, you've found that this is a magical book, and it has a long list of the names in it. And any creatures whose name is written in the book using the quill can open any of the palace's crown locks. If a creature's name is crossed out with the quill, or the page bearing the name is torn from the book, the creature's ability to open these locks is rescinded.
Okay,
You did a
so
good thing.
we all have our names in there, yeah.
And
Something we didn't end up with horrible consequences.
and you marked out the league's names, so
They're trapped in some room right now.
Now that I know that, I'm gonna fly over and grab the quill out of Cheshire's hair.
Oh,
And then with the hags, you watch him just very deliberately just going,
really is there? Scinn, what is there? What do you?
What
what
about
do you
it?
do?
I just know what the book does. The book, we did a good thing. It's not a bad thing. We did a good thing. Now we can open all the doors because our names are in here, but I'm crossing their names out so they can't open the doors.
Oh,
They're not getting the better of us, let me tell you.
should we just cross out all the names until we're done with this?
But
And then we're
not
the only
like,
ones that can move around.
not like Natasha.
Oh, probably
She's gonna
no.
stay. And
Wait,
I do.
Just every time anyone says Natasha, there's 2 seconds of everyone just going.
And I wrote down the name Thinnings because I was enamored by that as a name in the book. So Sawyer's like, and definitely not my buddy Thinnings. My
Yeah,
buddy,
No, not
whoever
Thinnings.
that
Of
is.
course not
Let me
Thinnings.
just make this better. So, like, squirt. No.
But no, I want to read instead of crossing everybody's name, because that's a lot of names and we don't know the majority of them. I want to just pick through and cross the names that I recognize as not people that we're not fond of, you know,
Gotcha.
which
Yeah.
I assume is probably mostly just the hags. But
Nick-a-snack, do you see any names of known dragons in the book?
You hold the sword
Just
up
like
to the
hovering
book.
over.
like you're holding your phone over the car engine, just like
You
with
fool.
the flashlight on.
I can't read. I just want. Tell you what, if it was written in
You seem
blood,
so
I could,
smart.
if it was written in
can't
dragon's
read.
blood, I could probably read it.
Oh.
Where's that dragon at? You said there was one around.
Look, we haven't made it very far. Look, I mean, even if you and I are going to go up against Dragon, like, we might want some backup. So, I was waiting on the team.
You don't need backup. You got me.
Oh, that's good to know. Well, tell you what. I will do my best to make sure that we are going into rooms before everyone else. So if there's a dragon in the room we're going into, you have dibs. How's that?
You promise?
I will do my best, yes. Unless they trip me
No,
or tie me down or something.
You promise?
Of course he promises. Wake has no idea what he's actually saying.
And you seem like a great weapon.
I'm the best.
And
weapon.
yeah, that is my understanding. So I wouldn't do you dirty, and I will do everything in my power to make you happy with me.
That doesn't sound like a promise.
Sawyer, I'm so confused. Is he trying to court the sword, or is it like I don't understand?
It's a really
I think he is
I
trying
think
to
Cheshire has a
propose
crush
to
on
the
the
sword.
sword.
I mean, look at it.
Do we need to
It's
get you a ring?
fantastic sword. A ring? No, Sawyer's the
Oh,
ring expert.
Cheshire, that's moving too fast. You got to take the sword out on a couple dates before you think about proposing.
I've got to kill a couple of
It's gonna
dragons,
make
at least
the sword's
one.
gonna feel like it's rushed and not like, from the heart.
Frankly, the sword is rushing me. This relationship is advancing very quickly.
You can establish boundaries then.
Would you
Yeah,
be
it's
all?
important.
Would you all be all right if I went first, as we explore?
Yeah, if you run into the dragon, that would be very impressive for your sword.
Right. Yes, I think. Yeah, and if we find a dragon, I'm probably going to have to stay and address the dragon while I have this sword. But I will understand if if you are all not so inclined.
Listen,
But it thinks that it's got this. Like if we meet a dragon, like it is ready to 1v1 with me, whatever dragon we come across, which is a lot of confidence. I must say, I kind of admire that.
You know what?
listen here,
Just
buddy.
to
That's
be
seeing levels of confidence.
kind,
here, buddy.
we should let Cheshire have the dragon fight all on his
Yeah,
own.
yeah, we'll give you the privacy of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a couple's fight, you and your sword.
We don't have to.
When Cheshire started saying like the sword is pressuring me, Ian had fluttered up and kind of like when you do like with your pet when you want to warn him like don't do that. He kind of just like on the handle just goes.
Pressure Cheshire, the delicate man.
Pressure Cheshire.
On a break.
I mean, you've told me that there's a dragon here. I'm a friend, my friend. You're not leaving until we kill the dragon. I can assure you of that.
Well, look, the opportunity for dragon slaying that you have, any future dragon slaying opportunities that you have, is thanks to us. So,
Well, hop to, old chap. Let's go.
I mean, we're going. We're going. Look, I'm not
Cheshire's just.
running his fingers through his hair, and bits of it are coming out. Look, You all decide which way that we are going, and I will proceed.
So you're currently in the room that has the blasted out wall. There's no other entrances. There's just the stairwell that goes back down to the throne room.
I give the rope that's attached to the night guy a little pull just to see. Has anything changed?
He's still just stuck out there.
Okay. I figured.
Ian, did you
good,
still want
good luck
to...
out there, buddy. Huh?
Was Ian going to rifle through his pockets or anything? Was that just when we wanted to know if we needed to...
Give me a second. Let me just get these little delicate hands.
That's why you'll start going through everything.
He doesn't appear to have anything on him. He has a few gold pieces.
Doing the hovering, like, police pat down.
His sword and shield do appear very fancy, but they do not move. They're stuck to him. You see, there's a letter that is on there that says, "Dear Strong Heart, what would Valor's Call do without you?" And like it was written as a very like shorthand note, or like a thank you note maybe, but it's not signed or anything.
So this is one of the Bluebeard's fuddy-duddies, then.
They're not fuddy-duddies. We have no, Cheshire. That really pretty cleric lady is part of Valor's Call.
I'm sorry.
We have to speak of utmost respect, so when we finally meet this lady for realsies, she's impressed.
Right. What would the
You're saying that,
heroes?
Yes.
You're saying that, Sawyer. You guys hear like a huh kind of noise because Cian has been like fully like on the guy's chest trying to like rip the shield off, and when it won't come off, he like slips and falls off and has to catch himself and fly back.
Rob is asking, Warduke's flaming longsword, did we give that to Wick while Wick was not here?
I have it.
Okay.
I don't know who had it. You guys took the sword and you took the helmet, but I don't know who got what.
I don't remember who took the helmet, but I have the sword. I know
The helmet was cool because it
that
had
was-
the glowing red eyes.
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah.
Cheshire having that so he could have
Should have
eyes
some
that
eye
were a
color back.
Eyes again.
I'm happy enough for that. I was looking to give my scimitars to Wick, but rogues are not... I mean, they're awesome, but rogues are not proficient in scimitars, and you can't sneak attack with them if you're not proficient with them. But rogues are proficient with longswords. You still can't sneak attack. Proficient
Was it a
with them,
long?
weirdly.
Was it a long sword or a great sword? Though I thought it was a great sword.
I
Is
thought it was a
sword?
great sword. Yeah.
I
Jeff,
genuinely
I also
don't
don't really
remember.
want a talking sword.
No,
Oh,
this is just a fire sword.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No.
This is
You're
from the
not
time you
getting
were
the
not
cute
here.
talking sword. Rob wants to keep that.
with
That's
the
his
Dragon
girlfriend.
slaying inadequacy issues.
Barbie,
So
the
like a
Dragon
s-
Slayer.
Yeah,
I'm
we
Dragon
should
Slayer
just call
Barbie.
Call it Barbie now, not Snicker Snack.
I do just love like
Snicker
the thought
snack.
Of, like,
Don't
voice.
let
Like, you know
dragon
exactly
snap
what I
into
mean
you.
by the Barbie voice, where it's just a little breathy and very happy all the time. So it's just like, we're gonna go kill those dragons. Let's go.
Let's go find a dragon.
Let's go.
It will come as a surprise to no one. I haven't watched a lot of Barbie media, so I just am hearing the Toy Story 2. I'm tour guide Barbie.
You're missing out. There's a Barbie cinematic universe out there.
There is. Every time I finish watching a Taskmaster video on Daily Motion, because that's the only way I can get them over here, it shows me like it tries to flip on a video of Barbie working in a diner or something, and I don't know what that is. But it's always the same video.
Is it a
There's
movie?
one of the Exandria Unlimited things that they did. They had a bunny girl, a Harangon, and she did like that voice actress who played her does Barbie a lot of times. So it was like this like rogue Harangon just going, "Wow."
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are you guys doing?
I'm opening the doors they tell me to. Y'all lead for a minute. I'm just happy to have a cool sword.
Back to the map. I think I have the wrong
I thought
one.
we were
pulled
going
up.
down.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Down further.
at this point, you're in the throne room that has the bridges that go out to the 4 different wings, I'd say.
Is there a specific bridge that's calling out to anyone, or?
Wick, you choose, because you were sleeping, so you didn't get to see stuff. So you choose.
Yeah.
Just we've been
Uh,
that way, and any other way is fine.
Wick just kind of like, he just one of these numbers and just, eh. And then just like walks in a direction and hopefully there's a door there.
Roll me a d4.
A D4.
Do you know what dowsing is, Rob?
No.
That's
Okay.
a 4.
A 4?
Yes.
So the door you point at is the bridge that they came up from.
Cheshire spins Wick around again, like we're doing a pinata.
But
Roll me another one.
he like awkwardly.
Door there.
3.
Okay. So you guys make your way down, or across the bridge to a little turret that you see also goes down and up. It's very similar to the one that you came up originally.
Is
But-
this on the first floor now?
You're in the yes.
Okay.
Like there's that
We're
bridge.
back on the first map.
That first map that we got.
So you're kind of on the second floor, but before it goes, like the throne room was kind of like
Okay.
the third
Mhm.
in a way. But yeah, so you make your way over to the little turret there that has a stairwell with the gold hand railing and the scenery painted on the walls, going up and down.
Which number is that?
That is P14A.
Aha. Okay. Thank you. You know what, Wick? You're right. We should start at the beginning again. You're so smart.
Ah, a very good place to start.
I don't know. I was asleep.
It's all instinct.
Did you want to go up or down? Sorry, if I missed it.
Down.
Okay.
Since we've gone up.
So that takes you right back down to the hallway that you entered in with the front door, and back behind you there seems to be an opening with a carriage back in that direction, and that would be P11.
Take a quick peek in the carriage.
in the room over there.
Yeah.
All right.
Went
So
back through with like the devils and all that stuff on the walls.
as you get back down there, you exit the little doorway at the bottom of the stairs, and as you look back to the left, you see there is a crystal carriage hitched to a pair of glass statues shaped like Pegasi. Folded silk butterfly wings are attached to the roof of the carriage.
Wow.
That's fancy.
Yeah.
Do you think we can steal that?
I think that could be a good getaway car.
And we found lots of Hold on. Are the we found a flying lily pad and a flying
Ornithopter?
Ornithopter, thank you.
Ornithopter?
Are those still there?
Yes.
Did we see them? Okay. Okay.
Yep, they are there.
That was all.
Feels like a whole getaway scene.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just
so,
everyone called dibs on their favorite getaway vehicle, and it'll be all right.
Cruise out of here.
I think this would be more which one we are closest to. That's the time of needing to get away. Although I really like this, it's very fancy.
That is why.
Yes. Are you
It kinda
investigating
goes
it,
with your
trying to
cape.
get in?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So are you just looking it over, or are you trying to actually get into it?
Get into it.
Like I want to get into it. I was gonna say for now I'm looking it over, but not.
Okay.
I want to like go in.
So as
See if there's
you
anything.
were looking over it, you see that there is a key in plain sight just on one of the seats inside. But all of the doors are locked. But it has windows all around it.
Check the windows. Are they open?
No, they're all locked, or sealed shut rather.
I've learned this before. Give me a second.
And he's gonna take out the whole big flame tongue long sword, and with the butt, he's just gonna like break the wind.
Okay, so as you smash
Or
the window itself smashes with relative ease, and let me see where that is. You hear a noise in a room nearby, after the smash, like you have possibly alerted somebody.
I quick like shuffles underneath the carriage.
What was that?
Skin's gonna slither inside of it and like grab the key and then just lay in the seats.
And what is Cheshire doing?
Currently trying to add Snicker Snack to his D&D Beyond sheet, and I missed what was said. Sorry.
So the window was smashed on the carriage because
Okay.
Scinn took out that flame tongue long sword, great sword, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And alerted
Bashed.
a voice in a room nearby that could possibly be coming this direction.
Oh, I will leap on top of this vessel and strike an intimidating pose with my new sword.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tuck back into the stairwell that we came from, if that's possible.
Okay. As you all are kind of hiding / Cheshire standing on top of the carriage, striking a majestic pose, that doorway on the map that says P29, the one that's right there coming into the carriage house, the doors burst open, and a Cheshire, go ahead and, well, actually, no, I'm going to roll on this one.
9. Where's 29? Oh, there's 29.
If I'm trying to intimidate your character, what would you roll against it?
If it's some kind of a fear effect, normally I would make a saving throw, or you could make it contested and see if I am more intimidating than it is, or you can just describe something that's intimidating, and it's Cheshire, he's probably intimidated.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 19 on it, so it's going to be pretty intimidating.
Okay.
But as the doors slam open, it kind of like catches you off guard, like, what was that? And then all of a sudden you see walk through this door a face that you've seen before, and it flashes back to you, and it's the necromancer that killed, like, potentially almost
This
killed you.
asshole! Hang on.
Vengeance
It's up here in the
time,
notes.
baby.
It's up here in the notes.
Zargosh.
Zargosh!
And he comes in and he's like, oh, it's just you. I thought
It's you.
I dealt with you long ago. It's quite impressive that you've made it this far. But I'm going to have to ask that you get off that carriage right away.
I understand. Quick question. Any chance you're a dragon in disguise?
You hear the sword tell you, "Hey, buddy, that's a person. That's not a dragon."
Shit.
Okay, so go ahead and roll initiative. If you guys are hiding, you can continue to hide, and I'll keep you out of the initiative. Or once you want to step in, you can.
Should we all just roll and then on our turn, if we want to keep hiding, say we hide?
Yeah,
that works.
That seems better.
How far from me?
Let's see.
If you're looking on the map, each square is 10 feet. I don't know where he is, though, in your head.
It would be about 35 feet, probably.
Okay.
That would be 11 for
Oh,
my
I got-
initiative.
How
I got a
dare!
10.
I crit. I'm gonna need that in a minute.
I also got an 11, but if we're going by dexterity, Wick 100% has the better one. So
Oh, we all rolled in a little
low.
compact group.
I thought I had a 9 because that's what I rolled on the dice, and then I remembered I have plus. to
Okay, so out of the three
My
of you...
initiative is a +8, so I rolled a 2.
Oh.
My God, Maddie.
All right, so out of you three, what can I write down for the order?
Wick, Scinn,
24.
Sawyer.
Sorry.
What was... I'm sorry, my brain just went... bleh.
Wick,
Scinn,
Sawyer.
Sawyer.
Wick, Scinn...
And Rob, wonderful dungeon master and streamer that you are, I know we're probably about to kick something important off. Just remember, we have a pretty hard cutoff time tonight.
I'm aware.
Okay. I just wanted to remind.
It's 10:30 my time.
Ah,
So Rob, go ahead and kick off. What are you doing? You're top of the order.
Well, you know what? My speed happens to be 35 feet. So, I'm gonna mumble kind of under my breath. I know he's not a dragon. But if he kills me here, our chances of killing a dragon dramatically decrease. So, do me a solid on this one and I owe you one. And I will leap down from the top of this thing and charge this guy.
Okay.
Just want to remind everybody that I am missing a single hit point because a friend punched me.
you didn't have to jump in front of the sword.
No, you're right. I'm just teasing. This weapon is not as good as my scimitars against not dragon things, but I'm gonna try awful hard to kill this guy fast. So I'm gonna use my Blade Flourish. I'm gonna pump some of my Bardic Inspiration dice into hitting this guy with my Defensive Flourish. So I'm gonna increase my AC if I hit this guy. Or whether or not I hit this guy, but I hope I hit him. And I get 2 attacks. That is going to be a 3 plus 3. Man, a +3 weapon is the tits. That's a 23 and a 25 to hit.
They both hit.
The way you said that made me think of the YouTuber north of the border when he's sculpting things and he'll be talking about stuff and he's like, man, this colored clay, let me tell you, it's the tits.
I was really, really hoping to go ahead and behead this guy on round 1, but you know what? All right. Attack number 1 is 8, 11, 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Attack number 2 is worse, but not by that much. It is 6 plus 6, 12 points of slashing damage. Oh, and my defensive flourish is another 7 on top of that.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
This guy was like, "Oh, it's just you." Chester's like, "Yeah, it's just me."
Well. He asked me to get off of this thing, so I leap off of this thing and close half the distance. I run up to him, and I'm just trying to let the sword do the talking. So I come in and like try and run him through in the side, and I get a little bit out of him. He's kind of able to jump out of the way. And then, not used to wielding a sword this big, I just kind of wheel myself around with the blade aiming for whatever I can hit. I'm just trying to use some centrifugal force here, and just... I don't even think he has the presence of mind to like actually use the bladed edge. He just smashes the side of this guy's head like a watermelon with the flat of a big ass blade.
As you make your
What the fuck?
your final connect there, Zargash's body slowly falls to the ground lifeless.
I peek out of the stairwell and I just go, "Oh!"
Here from
And then I
behind
go
you
out.
in the carriage, just like a. That's all that you hear.
You know,
You
the
can't see my
Cheshire...
exact move, but he just does a big swallow, and still standing there.
The Cheshire that was shocked by killing a giant snake by headbutting it would never believe this. Look at you go.
That's right, man. Past you would be terrified of future you.
It's a fucking good point.
Character growth.
The scarier you are, the more you've grown.
I like slowly lift the sword up to be like looking at the blade. Oh, we're going to get along famously.
Yeah, that was let's just say that's just a taste of what I can do. And you kill this dragon, I'll make it well worth your time. There'll be more blood. It'll be great.
And you're better at killing dragons than evil wizards?
Oh, wait till you see. I do not have performance anxiety. I strive on all of this. So, about that
Wow.
dragon, you ready to go?
Yeah, just give me a minute. This guy almost this guy effectively killed me once upon a time. I need a I mean, he literally killed me in one turn, and then I just killed him in like one.
Smash.
Take his head off. Take his head off. Just
Oh,
make
yeah,
sure it's
yeah.
Totally done and good for it, because he came back once. So I take his head.
Oh right, you like taking heads off? Let's go.
The head kind of rolls and his tongue
Yeah,
kind
up
of flops
until
out.
that point, Sawyer's like, yeah, go ahead. And then she watches you do that and just goes, "Oh!"
Like while Sawyer's going, oh, you just hear Scinn from behind you going,
Hey.
Golf clap.
Wick like spoons some of the blood into a little vial and just hands it to you. Like, here you go.
these characters. All of us.
Yeah, but he's got some cool stuff on him too. You want
Oh,
first
yes,
dibs, Cheshire?
Oh yeah, you should loot the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. So Cheshire will stand there while y'all loot the body, trying to explain to Wick why this was a big moment for him. While
Yeah,
y'all-
basically, back in the day,
So there I
probably
was.
a week ago.
So once upon a time, there was this hot cleric, but before that, there
Oh,
was.
Rick, let me tell you, she was beautiful and so inspiring.
I'll be damned.
Scinn got his hands like fully like down like the front of the dude's shirt, like rooting around in every spot to try to find things.
And he's like, that's it. Nah, it's pocket lint.
He's in the chat saying, "Damn, I missed the combat." You blink and you miss that combat.
The one,
That
one singular combat.
I was looking forward to there being some like give and take from like an epic battle, and
Just
there was nothing.
a combat.
On the body, you are able to find a now on the floor, soaked in blood, a bat-shaped amulet that has the properties of the ring of feather falling.
Ooh,
Wink
nice.
like
Um,
wipes it off on his shirt. Just, here you go.
And there is a warhammer. If somebody wants it, I'll give you the stats.
So many cool weapons. We're gonna run out of people to use them.
I gotta say that I like Nerd, who wrote, Thean is the agent of chaos, Wick is the minion of chaos, Sawyer is the unwilling companion to chaos, and Cheshire is the prince of chaos and denial.
Nerd, your existential observations are unwelcome here. It's probably true.
All right. So if nobody wants
Chaos
the
pays
warhammer,
Ian
we
good
can
money.
just leave it there. But there is that amulet if someone wants it.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Happily.
Oh,
That's a smart bet.
yeah, well, we're gonna. I don't want to leave a cool warhammer around for the guy behind us to pick up and stove our heads in
We
with.
start dragging all the weapons with us and leaving them in the rooms that we're in.
So
Or throw him into the court of storms. Something.
quick side story. It'll only take a second. But in my campaign that took us 3 years to complete, there was a fighter who was gathering so many weapons that my character, the druid, was just like a pack mule for the extra ones and would just strap stuff on her and be like, I can't use this, but I got it on me in case you want it.
And as a druid,
We
you
would,
could
like,
actually
swap 'em
become a
out.
pack mule.
It's true.
Story on that, when I played not like a few years ago, we started it and we obviously didn't finish it, but I played with a bunch of my film class friends so that a lot of them could get used to D&D because I had played before and the person running had run before, but everybody else was completely new to it. So my friend Carlo played a 94-year-old human fighter who liked to carry around a dead kobold in his backpack because he killed him and decided this is my trophy.
Oh,
So he carried around a dead kobold in his backpack.
that went from really cute to oh no.
Yeah. I mean, one of Carlo's favorite series is a questionable one. So...
So Rob, Cheshire is not only carrying this huge greatsword, but his 2 scimitars as well. So if you want this warhammer, you need to find a place to put it.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I got the scimitars in my belt. They did not. I assume they were not sold with scabbards. They are just hanging off my waist.
Yeah.
Just vibing.
Look, for the price of your eye color, you get the swords. Scabbards, no. I have a scabbard for this one.
Picturing that,
Which
being
I'll
said
sling across my back.
with a sleazy voice of like, you pay for the swords, you don't get any scabbards. It's on you if you hurt
No
yourself.
scabbards.
No scabbards. Only the swords.
For now, if you're all right with it, I will. I'll just be carrying it in my offhand, and just if a fight starts, I'll drop it. And
Okay.
If I wind up needing my other hand for something, I'm not super attached to this warhammer. I just don't want it to be like a +7 warhammer, and
I
Warduke
can also
comes back to
carry
life and
something
comes.
for you if you
That's
need
true.
me
If you'd
to.
like it, I don't even know what. I forget which weapon monks are.
I can do short swords and simple weapons. I don't think a warhammer is either of those, but I can hold on to something.
It is not. Yeah.
In the carriage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we could just.
I would do if can I go into the
A
carriage real
carriage
quick
of holding?
and see if the seats lift up and there's storage underneath or something?
Like a
Uh,
minivan.
Yeah.
There's no storage, but you could put it in there. It's big enough.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
And then if that's our getaway car, we're all set with the hammer in there.
Yeah, I'm so smart.
Brilliant.
I have so many talents.
It's so versatile.
Okay, so now that Cheshire has brutally taken his vengeance, and that hallway with the red carpet is open, And there's another door there beside. What are you guys doing?
I spit on Kellick's headless corpse as I walk by.
That's Sargash.
Valid.
Sargosh, sorry.
Goes upstairs to Kelly.
I automatically promoted this guy to the leader in my head.
He wanted to be the leader, so that's fair.
I think we should go through the door that he came through.
Yes. Good
That way.
good call.
I'm smart.
You can lead Cheshire
Leading.
to your honor.
Yeah,
of
you
rolling.
go ahead. You take the
I
lead.
just- I would like to quickly point out that this is the only fight I have ever come out of without being severely hurt.
Is
Listen,
to
your
a
time
new
has come, Cheshire.
day.
Your time has come.
Growing,
To moment.
I'm proud of you. Learning how to live.
I mean, look, all I'm saying is Bobby is a great sword. I mean, like, top shelf.
Running the length of this oblong room is a rug woven with images.
Wait. Rob misspoke. He said something that should have ended in a... Sorry. I'm still getting made fun of for the one time I misspoke a 3-letter R starting word.
Now we have Rob, Rog, and Rug.
Woven with images of thorny white roses. Each of the doors on the north and south walls has an alabaster pedestal standing inside the room beside it. Atop each pedestal is an alabaster vase that holds several long-stemmed white roses. Carved into the vase are the words, "Take one."
Take one.
It's always important to follow directions.
Yeah.
The only one, I don't want it to be like that candy in SCP Containment Breach, where if you take more than one, it eats your hands.
Jeez.
A
play
creature
those
holding
SCP
or
games.
carrying a white rose can pass through this hallway safely. The rug is 40 feet long, 8 foot wide, and oddly enough, it's a rug of smothering. So
I
you
love
guys-
those things.
You guys are able to traverse this room safely as long as you have a rose with you.
Holding it in my teeth.
Yeah, I was gonna say I took it behind my ear.
There is an open door there immediately to the left as you come in, and then there's
Open, you say?
there is a door on the right hand side, middle of the hallway, and then another door at the far end of the hallway.
Open door?
Yeah.
Open door.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
As you walk in, everything that is in this tower appears to be frozen in place. A 5-foot wide ledge at the floor level circles the room, and a row of 5 iron levels protrudes from the wall above the ledge on the far side of the room. 5 feet below the ledge is the surface of a pool of reeking sludge. 5 slender gilded cages dangle from chains that hang down from the holes in the 60-foot high ceiling. 3 of the cages are occupied, suspended mid-air. Outside of each cage is a pixie holding a tiny gilded wand.
Who are also frozen in time? You said everything in the room.
Everything in the room is frozen, yep.
What is occupying the cages?
And one of the cages 10 feet above the sludge contains a mains.
Okay, it's a manus or a mains, however you want to say it. I've heard it both ways. Is a very low level like sludge demon.
Ooh.
The cage suspended 20 feet above the sludge contains a incubus in the guise of a male high elf named Nizran. I probably shouldn't have told you it wasn't. Incubus.
Hey, look at that
He's
elf
a
guy.
Sexy man.
He's just a
Sexy,
dude.
sexy
He's
man.
not anything ominous or deceptive.
The cage suspended 40 feet above the sledge holds a nameless, unshaven man with a crescent-shaped scar under his right eye.
Natasha?
You all get a nice dream in your head.
Oh.
Don't think any of these are her.
Ian's gonna fly over to one of the pixies and just float next to it and just be like,
Look, guys. I look huge.
Hi, how's it going?
Do you so like sorry, random thought. Do you think when the person, I forgot her name,
Natasha.
and Natasha, yes. When she was frozen in her stasis, that everyone else here got frozen too? Like, or just a thought.
I don't know. But because
Well, I imagine it would be big magic, and from what I know of magic, it does other things too, like funny
Right.
things sometimes. Like
if they also associate with her, then maybe it's
Yeah.
like her and her kingdom or something.
I've
yeah,
been trying to find the common thread because
Like in the Sleeping Beauty story where all the kingdom falls asleep when she falls asleep.
I do not know that story, but I'll take your word for it.
I've read it to my brother a couple times.
What if, like, going off of what Wick said, what if instead it's just like, like, oh, it's her kingdom, her people kind of thing, but what about just, like, whoever was here in that moment, like, it just went, and since people can come in and walk around, but, like, those who are there in that moment are, like...
well, the bit that's confusing me is like some objects are frozen as well. Like the horn was frozen, but the sword was not frozen. You know? Like you can open some
mean-
things, you can interact with some things, but other things not. I'm not sure what
Maybe
connection
sword wasn't
is-
there before.
really, and I want to find out mostly because I don't want us to be that.
To become frozen.
Yes.
Oh.
That's a good point.
No, Scinn!
Sawyer sees that and goes.
Nobody say that it's a good. Whatever was going to come next. Oh, okay.
There you go. Got you good. That's going down in the notebook. On this September 23rd.
That is a good point, Sawyer. If you're going to be freezing, try and
We should walk around in cool poses so we impress people if we freeze.
significant. I wouldn't want to be. Did you see the face on that mustachioed fellow?
Yeah,
like as
it's
he was falling to his
embarrassing.
death. That was.
Well, I mean, he was
I wouldn't want
falling out
anyone
the
to see me
window,
like
would
that.
you?
No, I mean, I'm not blaming him in any means, but would I want to be in that exact same position with that exact same expression? No, I would not. I would like a
That's fair.
mustache.
I'm telling you, you've just killed someone in one swing. You deserve to grow a fancy mustache.
That is
I think
sound
that's the
reasoning.
next
I
step.
cannot find a flaw in that logic.
Yeah.
You need to grow a fancy mustache so you can use fancy mustache and beard oil made from the tears of your enemy.
Ooh. Especially if I have very
Artisanal.
oily enemies, that would be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
like the
get
oil
this-
can or the
Go
what
beat
were
up
they, the
squares.
bubbles.
What is the viscosity of dragon blood? Snicker snack. Would that be a good mustache oil?
You tell you what, if you get me some dragon blood, we'll make it viscous. You'll have the best mustache around. But I have yet to see a dragon, and you told me there's a dragon here, so let's go.
We are looking. Look, we've made it through several rooms already.
Well, you know what? I don't see a dragon, so there must be more rooms.
We will. Are we satisfied with this room?
You thought I was
Is there
kidding
anything
when
to-
I said you're not leaving until we kill a dragon.
No, I heard that loud and clear. Look, we killed, as far as I'm concerned, public enemy number 1 with that fellow. So, my vengeance quest is over. So I've got a clear schedule now. Do we want to do anything about these people in these cages, or is that like a later problem?
Oh, are
Uh,
they frozen?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. The pixies, the cages, even the viscous liquid is kind of not moving. It really stinks in here.
I think it's like a later problem.
Later problem.
Quick question. Looking at the map, are those levers in the back of the room?
Yes.
Ooh.
It's a lever.
I think these are bad guys. You guys are getting punished or something. I think those levers lower them into the goo.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, look, like that guy there, he's like, he's got a real good smolder and he's real hot. Like, he's
handsome.
Right, nobody good is that handsome. Right, there's someone's made a deal.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, sorry, no man.
He's
No,
so like dark
right.
and mysterious and pretty, which means she was bad.
Yeah.
Are you talking about this?
We should come back here once everyone's unfrozen and get their stories.
Also, like,
I
sir,
would be
if you can hear,
curious.
like, if you're frozen but can hear, if you're actually a decent person, I apologize.
Yeah, we will not lower you into the goo without first hearing all of your sides of the story. Do not worry.
Yeah, we'll give
We
the
are
one-
just and fair sometimes.
When we feel like it.
And on that note, we will continue exploring. Not next week, but the following week, because I will be out of town for Thanksgiving. And I won't
You,
have
Zargash.
I assume you guys will be prepping for Thanksgiving anyway, if that's a holiday that you celebrate. So
Yeah, I hope everyone has an enjoyable holiday week next week, if that's what you're doing. And if not, I hope it's just a great autumn day
Yeah.
where you have some nice snacks.
Since
We're doing
two
a
of you from the
Friendsgiving.
Tuesday night stream are here, I
Ooh.
know we're not doing the Thursday night stream next week. I know we're not doing the Wednesday night stream next week. Are you guys still doing the Tuesday night stream next week? Do you know?
anything different?
Yeah, as far as I know, we are.
Tune into the Discord we will let you know if we are not. But
Yes.
certainly the Wednesday and Thursday streams and Friday streams are.
As of right now, plan that
Potential.
yes, because I think Dan said that we'd be back next week.
Yeah.
So
So
I
get
haven't
your
heard from
get
him
your dose of
anything different.
D&D in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're about to
That's your
check
chance,
off on the
baby.
next part of our journey, so it's a great place to start if you haven't been watching so far.
Yeah.
And also, guys, we are approaching the sad end of the Witchlight games, so you want to make sure that you are staying up to date on when we are streaming, and make sure you tell your friends because things are potentially gonna get spicy. So,
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
I'm saving most of my spells for healing.
I'm Barbie.
Or, you could find a dragon and, be out of here. It's fine. But
Wait a minute, out of here in like a good way or like in a bad way?
Check
it
that
depends
box.
on how you roll.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us again on this lovely Wednesday. We do greatly appreciate you guys being here every week with us and enjoying this story with us. And if I don't talk to any of you before then, have a safe holiday if you're traveling. Enjoy family time. Do whatever you want to do. I have a couple days off next week, so I'm really excited about that.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
And in the meantime, come visit Ty and me if
For
you're going to
sure.
be in New York.
do it.
Or if you're down Atlanta way, me and Ian will be
yeah.
down there.
Aw, tell Ian I say
Yeah,
hi.
Anime NYC is so much bigger than DreamHack. But if you're down in the southeast already, stop by. If you tell me you're from the stream, I will buy you a beer.
And that's saying something because he didn't buy me a beer.
Oh, yeah.
We did not. I really regret we did not have a lot of time to hang out, you
know.
and me.
They talk about Wimble.
I'm sorry.
Wimble Bimble's going to be with us.
That's
Really?
Wimble is here. Yeah, she's here this weekend. Tegan's here.
Yeah.
She'll also be in her own costume. She won't be matching with Marina, but she'll be at the table with us.
Oh,
She's going to look real good.
She's gonna wear.
Sorry, I spoke over that. That's awesome. This is her first con with us, right?
No, this is
second
her
or third?
Really?
Fourth,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well,
She did
cool
New York
either way.
Comic-Con, and she did Rose City with me.
Okay. Well, neat. Hey, Misfit, are you getting up to anything or doing anything we need to know about before we tune out?
No.
Everybody
Other
strike a
than, like,
pose.
Your cage skirt. You're doing that
Yeah,
on stream, right?
I'm gonna be doing some costume building on stream here soon for my
Stream.
Wasteland prom outfit.
Ooh.
When's your next stream advertising?
I have no idea yet.
Never mind.
Just follow her on Instagram and you'll find out.
Follow me on like actually Twitter is probably the better
Ooh,
place to follow me
Twitter.
if you want to keep up on what I'm
Or-
doing. I'm
Join the Discord.
or during the
Misfits
Discord.
Discord.
Misfit has her
I
own
do have a
Discord.
Discord. You can send me a link, or I'll send you a link or something. We'll figure it out.
Raid wise, I've got a raid set up for the end of the stream. Our community moderator, the Existential Nerd, is going to do some stuff over on his channel, and we'll flip people his way.
Cool. Well, guys, have a great night, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, we love you.
Bye.
Purple sword. All right, the raid is warming up.